All right, guys, welcome to game one of this best of three matches. We start off here of the first of two games on Shatter. Zaf, talk us through the 5D lineup.
So 5D is running what you would pretty much expect to see. So we've got two Shimikazes, looks like a Des Moines, triple Stalingrad, and double Ohio. I think that's very similar to what they played last week.
It is similar. We didn't see them with two Shimikazes. If you recall, I believe they brought a... No. They had a Daring? One of the teams had a Daring in that match. I forget who. But the double Ohio is what sticks in my mind.
Yep, exactly.
That was definitely a signature of their setup last time. I'm curious to see what they do with it this time, because if you recall, they had some issues, and we talked about this over the course of that match. They had some issues keeping their battleships separated well enough to get good kind of crossfire, right?
Well, one of the nice things about Shatter is there's this gigantic island chain in the middle that kind of forces them to not hang out with each other. So we'll see what happens.
Probably not going to have that problem here. SCL coming to the dance with Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, Hindenburg, Petropavlovsk, also bringing triple Stalingrad. That's a lot of HP. And a lone gearing. That's Morgan. Now, he has spawned over here on the western flank. He's on the 4 line now, making like he's going to head to the A-cap. I like this play because, to me, the A-cap is really the one that has the most good options for destroyers to get in and out if they get radar.
Yep.
I agree with that. However, as we can see, there are quite a few radar cruisers that are going to be moving into the vicinity of the A, including Dad 003 Stalingrad heading out wide in C2. I'd imagine he's going to try to slowly push down the 1-2 line, so gearing will have to be a little careful.
D Squarius just took a bit of a pot shot from, I think, a Montana or Stalin.
I think that was the Montana. That should be a DC blast to Montana back here. Nice solid hit into Squarius early.
It was. You can see he's got the spotting plane, and that was something that I saw in EU quite often today. That cross shot from H4 is pretty deadly if you're not paying attention.
Yep, here comes the follow-up salvo.
I don't know if it's going to get over. Maybe the rear?
We lost sight of him on my... There we go.
Just over
he made
rear.
it. He got to cover in time.
Oh, no, the gearing. Yep.
Oh, no. He dodged the torpedoes. Oh, look at where they put surviving scouts. Des Moines. Oh, Morgan's going out, kids.
That's the trap spot.
Morgan's going out. That 5D with a brilliant maneuver to move surviving scout up into a great position to cover the A-cap. And that's all she wrote for the destroyer on SCL's team.
That was textbook.
That was quick.
That was textbook. That's exactly the term I was about to use. That was textbook.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, 5D has also been around doing this. They're still a Hurricane clan, so we know that they're really good, and SCL now is at a significant disadvantage, only 3.5 minutes into the game.
Well, they've parked Petro and Stalin on C, so C, as is common in Shatter, C is going nowhere. It's going to be a giant stalemate for a while. The Petro and the Stalin that are in C are trying to get shells onto Scout. Scout's trying to angle a bit. He did take some damage there for his audacious play, but it certainly was worth the effort. Even if they lose Scout, taking that gearing off the board honestly is a good trade.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can see two of the Stalingrads for 5D, Quack and Lord Vegeta. They are both sitting northeast and northwest of the B cap, and I mean they just got a ring right there. That's going to be so difficult for them to get taken out of that position, because like you guys talked about earlier, those islands are so high that you can just kind of park those radar cruisers next to them and be in a good spot.
5D working an early lead here. Nearly 5 minutes gone. Neither team has a cap, but of course 5D with that brilliant gearing kill up 100 points here, as we're just barely into the early stages of this game. SCL down a ship, trying to find a way to make a play here. SCL still has a small health advantage despite the loss of their gearing.
Well, if you look at the mini-map, one thing I want to point out is look how far up the 5D ships are compared to SCL's. 5D is being very aggressive here, and it's very possible that that's going to end up haunting them.
Perhaps.
Maybe. There is, and Zach, this is the fine line. We've talked about this many times. It's the fine line you have to walk in King of the Sea, right? There is a level of aggressiveness that's required in order to really control a match. But if you're too aggressive too quickly, or simply too aggressive at the wrong time, then, well, that could be bad. Black Eagle taking a couple Shimikaze torps.
Yep. Love that camouflage.
big chunks. I like the positions that 5D have gotten their Shimikazes to, because being out to the east of the sea cap for Titan Hunter is a wonderful angle. And then, of course, single McCringleberry Shimikaze has been trying to dump torpedoes at that Des Moines position of Matsuda. So I really enjoy those positions. Getting really wide and getting all that vision is very important.
You just wanted to say his name.
Well,
he did
of
want
course.
to say his name. He did want to say his name.
It's wonderful. Key and Peele. It's good stuff.
Pressure continues to build on SCL as 5D picks up the B cap on the strength of Lord Vegeta's position there. He had a really good little spot snuggled up to that island on the eastern edge.
Do either of you two watch Dragon Ball Z?
I do not.
That's a negative for me as well.
Yeah, afraid not.
It's pronounced Vegeta.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, okay. I was trying to tiptoe around that.
If I watched it, I probably would pronounce it correctly, don't you think? That should be the dead giveaway. That pro tip: Raptor is not a weeb today, now, or tomorrow. Sorry.
Well, honestly, guys, 5D doesn't have to do anything right now. I know they're flipping the C cap at the moment, but they can just kind of chill here. They're trading HP moderately well. Nobody on their team is in any danger of dying at the moment. I mean, the Des Moines down to about half health, but they're okay.
No, the pressure here is definitely on SCL to make a play. Like, they have to do something, whether that's a big strike from one of the battleships or something more daring. I don't know. They are chipping away at surviving Scout, who is now on his second heal. They've reoriented the Petropavlovsk. That's Mr. Bean's Petropavlovsk. I'm wondering, no. So 5D has not glimpsed him in this new position, but he is moving kind of west along the F line, headed towards the B cap. I think he's actually going to go park and kind of sit opposite. Vegeta is kind of his opposite number to hold those points back.
Yeah, and that is a spot that I saw earlier on EU today. A lot of Stalingrads, Petros, Moskvas, any Soviet cruiser with that bow armor and that deck armor on the front, it can just kind of go sit there. And he's actually got some decent shots into Scout, who's now down to about 20k, so perhaps that's going to be the play that they try to make.
They're going to have to do something.
Scout, yeah, they're definitely, and what I like about this is they're continuing to keep pressure on Scout. They're forcing him to, joggle his rudder and his steer. Oh, goodness, another good hit. They're just gonna continue to whittle him down, right? Because they're able to pressure him from two different directions right now.
He does toss his radar.
Mr. Bean slowing down, about to step onto the B cap. That'll slow down the pain, hold the gap at probably about 200 points.
Black Eagle Ops took a torp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he looks like he just took another torp in the bow.
Another great, again, Titan Hunter's got this angle, and he's also staying outside of the range of the Stalingrad's radar too. So
he is. Yep. He is. He's hovering right on that 12-kilometer line, which is also the range of his torpedoes.
And he's keeping a very close eye on Hindenburg too.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, since we're well a ways away from the days of Kots with carriers, if you lose your destroyer early, and obviously 5D still has both of theirs, I mean, they're absolutely controlling the spotting, and it makes it so difficult to counter that, really.
Very much so. Now, Mr. Bean is picking up B, and I'm not sure that 5D is going to be able to stop him in time. Quack just tried to get his salvo, but it hit the island. No. So they do manage to flip the B cap, but they've lost, Scout has found a really good position. They've kind of lost the shots they did have into him. He's holding steady at about 20,000 hit points right now.
But of course, those ships south of A for SCL can't really push in because the Ohio of Gilliam's is at 83k. There's Dad Stalingrad still at full health in the back, taking punts. I mean, they can't really push without taking a lot of damage, in my opinion. But
those of you on my stream, I've zoomed out over B, and I'm just watching all of this fire crisscrossing right through B. It's just hilarious to see. I mean, it's like,
look at Gilliam's.
Look at DC Blasts Montana now stepping onto A. I really don't like this play. He's showing a perfect broadside to Vegeta's Stalingrad, who's just going to Citadel him all day long. That's a nice, 14, 15 clicks? Yep. Stalingrad can absolutely Citadel him at that range.
And Gilliam's is only 11 kilometers away, too, and he might have a Citadelable angle here as well. So, his guns aren't even pointed. Here comes the salvo.
Well, they are. Here comes the salvo. I think SCL might have just thrown this battleship away. Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
That was a big hit.
That was I just don't think that was necessary. They had flipped B. They're starting to close the gap. They just needed to keep the pressure on and pick up a kill, but instead SCL opted to throw away another ship.
Yeah, and like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it was going to be very difficult for them to push through this A side. And now the Stalingrad of Gornasha is in a really bad spot with that Ohio bearing down on him.
He's screwed. This is a horrible spot. He's going to have an Ohio crawling right up his stern in a moment. The Shimakaze can cover his escape. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and the Stalingrad of Midnight Viper has to keep backing up to not give up the angle to Gilliam's Ohio. This is just a really bad spot. And then, of course, the Des Moines is trapped there, too. So,
but once Viper backs up, Vegeta will have an angle. If he's spotted. Let's see. Will they have eyes on him? Yeah, they can see Viper.
Shells out.
I'm sitting here looking. I'm watching Viper reverse. He takes a decent hit from the Ohio. And here come the Stalingrad shells.
Uh-oh.
Not a great salvo. Vertical dispersion kind of hosed him there, but he's going to get at least one more of those, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Perhaps on the rear of the ship. Yeah, here comes the shells. Yeah, they made it over.
And
okay.
At least one, if not two Citadels there.
That will leave
I think
a
that
mark.
was just from the... And perhaps Gilliam's will bag the kill here. No.
Now, what's interesting is they haven't seen they don't have eyes on Gorasha right now. They don't know where he is.
They're about to.
He's beating it away. Yeah. He's only about 8 kilometers away from the Ohio, and there we go. There's the shells.
Yep, he got his guns flipped.
Yeah.
Really good salvo on the Ohio. He's got a great angle.
Yeah, he does. But Gilliam's, of course, is probably going to back up here. I don't know if he can get...
Yeah. No, he is already reversing. You can see it happen.
Yep.
Yep. Does bag Viper's Stalingrad.
And then another torpedo.
Oh, man. Titan has been working that flank so brilliantly with those Shimakaze torpedoes.
Yeah, and there's still some coming in on the Hindenburg. He should dodge them. But
SCL down 4 ships here on Shatter, trying to make a play happen, bag a kill, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Scout
not at this point.
Probably not surviving much longer.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I tell you, Zach, to me, right now, the hero of this match is Surviving Scout, man. Not only did he get back that really, really gutsy early kill on the Daring, he's still alive. I mean, he's burning, it looks like, but he's for the moment, he's still alive.
Now, I talk about this a lot on my replay theater about the importance of wasting enemy ordnance on you. And that's exactly what Surviving Scout did, is he attracted so much incoming enemy fire that they have been distracted and not paid too much attention to the rest of the 5D team.
Yeah. SCL does finally bag their first kill. They do manage to get Scout off the board, but it's going to come too little too late here.
Oh.
5D does pick up A.
Are we about to
get
a
ramp? Like you said, that... Oh, maybe. I think so. The Kremlin's coming through. But like you said, Zath, it took them 13 minutes on the dot to kill that Des Moines in that position. Or, well, from the start of the game, he'd probably been there for about 10 minutes. But that's, it's a long time. It took him a long time to get that. So.
Gotta work for it.
Yep.
Oof.
D Squarius might be taking some torps in the face.
I would say JDM put the Hindenburg torps in the water. He's going to take at least one right there from the first set. Depends on how he angles to the second. I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised. I honestly, I will say, as a Hindenburg lover, right? I love my Hindi.
Here comes the ram.
Facing a Des Moines in close combat is one of the worst engagements that you can court, right? Because it can go badly for you with his AP if you're facing a smart Des Moines driver.
Yeah, for sure, because obviously those nice AP angles can eat through that German plating at some surprising angles.
Look at Titan coming through with the clutch torpedoes to just back up his teammate.
Once again.
Yeah, look at that. He doesn't need them.
Doesn't need them.
The
torps are there
but
regardless.
Still,
yep, no.
But still the smart play.
Team play.
Agreed. And you guys have talked about it several times. Titan really has it's just been a school in how to play Shimakaze on that flank, watching him in this game.
And then Hengel gets his, so 3 kills combined with those Shimakazes. They've both had to have had at least 5+ torpedo hits.
And consider this, guys. They did that to a team that brought 5 radars.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely showing 5D's experience there. Definitely, showcasing their hurricane status. Like these are some good players, one of the better clans on NA, and they're giving us a treat for sure.
And don't forget, guys, there's still at least one more game of this.
Yeah,
that's right. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see a rematch on this game on this very map with the spawns flipped.
Which
So
I kind
that'll
of
be
like. It's like a grudge match, you know?
It kind of will be, right? It'll certainly be a grudge match for SCL because for them it's going to be they need to win that game to force a game 3, and we'll just have to see how this goes.
Now, of course, Raptor, like you mentioned earlier, assuming that SCL does not win the series, they're not out of it. This is the double elimination, so
that's correct.
They'll have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they're going to do. But of course, the loser of this series is already going to be on some thin ice. So
correct. It's double elimination, so everybody gets to play 2 matches today at a minimum. And if you lose, oh, what a great hit from Dad Stalin. Goodness, at that angle.
Wow.
Stalingrad's, I don't play my Stalin very often, but I took it out into a random the other day. Somebody on the stream requested it, and I took it out into a random. Sometimes I forget how utterly ridiculous those guns are. Like, they are just stupid.
And then we have a teenage version of the Stalingrad with the Petro.
That's right.
Its guns are pretty good too. So,
Mr. Bean here, the last surviving member of his team, deciding to go out with honor here as he steams at full speed into the B cap.
He's honking too. I love it.
Yep. trying to take somebody with him here. Maybe Titan will give him the ram. You think Titan will give him the ram?
Very honorable.
Sure looks like it.
It certainly looks like it is. We're gonna get a very honorable ram here. Well done. Well done. As Vegeta ends the match there with a 5D victory.
And I get a death pick. Woo! Oh my goodness.
That's what it's all about there. Solid win for 5D here in Game 1. We'll be beginning Game 2 on Shatter in moments. So ridiculous we're playing the same map twice in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I did it to me again.
How fitting is it, though, that the game ended in the exact center of the map?
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right.
SCL just started leaving. I know, it's just nice. Mm-hmm. Doesn't take making that mistake too many times on the internet before you start realizing, oh man, we really screwed that up, which is fine. I mean, that's part of the learning process, isn't it? Reminds me of I think it was last season of King of the Sea Raptor, when we noticed that there was a Yu Yang or somebody that didn't have a detonation flag. And then like 3 games in, detonation. Always wear protection, ladies and gentlemen. So those of you guys that are sticking around, keep in mind that we do have a few minutes in between each match. How long, Raptor? Up to 10? Right. So I got a question that's being asked by one of my viewers. They're asking about the King of the Sea mission unlock codes. Do you think about that, Mr. Raptor? Oh, I got a couple of flexes I need to catch up on while you're doing your pasting. There's the first one. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Kraken is up 1-0 on PIOJO.
There we go.
I'm not ashamed to root for my boys.
Of course. Penetration Nation, absolute penetration. Some teams, NACL that we know, have picked up the first win. So nothing. PEDS 2 picked up the first win. KIA picked up the first win. TNG picked up their first win. RNG. So far, no potential upsets that I can discern from the teams that I know. But of course, best of 3.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Hold up.
Actually, perhaps. Maybe there is one. ARPDN is playing against 5D's third clan, and 5D3 did pick up the first win in the best of 3, so perhaps that would count.
All right, does look like we're about to be ready into Game 2 here momentarily. Everybody's ready on both teams.
So apparently I had fixed all of my Discord audio issues except for that one scene, best of 3. Go figure.
That's okay. You got it working now, right?
Yes, I did. And the code is Praise the Adjudicators for King of the Sea.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. All right, guys. Refs have given them the blessing for Game 2. We have swapped spawns. I think I'm ready to go. Should I let them know, guys? Are we all set here?
Yep, we're all set. Are we rolling tape again?
I'm not going to bother with the intro video. These guys just saw it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to let them drop, and then we'll go right. I'm just going to let them drop, and then we're going to go right into the game.
All right.
I do love how progressively over Kots the chat gets more and more upset seeing it, and then by the time you get to the finals, everybody's like, "No, I don't want to watch the video again."
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, right, is that you can never know who's watching that has or hasn't seen it, especially with the finals, right? Because there are people who watch all the different days. But there are people who only show up for the finals, right? So,
yeah, of course.
All right, guys. Game 2 is dropping. We'll be with you momentarily to see if 5D can earn the sweep or if SCL can force a Game 3.
I hope they get a Game 3.
I would love to have a Game 3. In fact, I need to go. I'm going to go back over to Discord real briefly and make sure that they need to remember we don't have a game. I see game day announcements, coordination. Hang on. We'll just keep an eye on things, I guess. We'll have to do it the hard way. Sneaky, I'll ask you to do this. As we get into this game, as we get towards the end, it looks like we're not going to have a Game 3. Do me a favor, look around and see if you can find us something that looks interesting. And I'll do the same when we're out. But you'll probably have a head start on me.
Yeah, sure thing. I can do that.
Nope. Got to turn Duke off.
Yeah, you forgot that last weekend. Too.
Yeah, I forgot. No, I forgot it here. All right, well, guys, look, we're back on Shatter now. I guess I should launch the game. That would probably be of use to you guys. There we go.
Are we gonna radio this?
I mean, no. All right, so 5D bringing the exact same lineup now from the South Spawn. SCL also bringing the exact same lineup, so no one has changed anything.
Grudge match.
It's exactly what this is. It's just we just swapped the spawn, and they're going to try again and see what happens. Now, I note here that this time Morgan has spawned over at the C flank. So at this point, I kind of expect to see SCL kind of deploy him out where we saw Titan Hunter last game firing torpedoes into the bottom half of the C cap.
And this time it's Single McCringleberry that's going on that side. Titan is on the A side.
You guys just love saying his name. That's why you keep pointing
I
that
mean,
out. That's all that
I haven't had a chance until just now, so thank you for giving me that opportunity.
And if I were a betting man, I would say that they're both going to go well wide to try to get that early spotting.
Yep. I'm going to keep setting them up for you all day, Zaz, so get comfy.
All right. Yeah, very aggressive once again for 5D's radar cruisers. You can see that there's a lot of them already up on the G line moving north, so they're definitely going to try to extend that early radar range out as far north as they can. We also got some torpedoes from Titan Hunter that are going to be going into, I guess, the north part of the A cap. So,
yep.
Now, something else that I'm looking at the timer, I'm wondering if the 5D Shimikazes, you know, we never saw either of them smoke. I'm wondering if they're torpedo reload booster Shimikaze.
Okay, well, we can follow Titan Hunter's torpedoes and see how far they go. He does have the...
Well, no, they're 12 kilometer torpedoes. I'm talking about are they running smoke or can you take
No, you can't take reload booster on Shimikaze.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
you know what it is? I get used to thinking because you can on Yugamo, can't you?
Haragumo.
Yeah, I know.
Yugamo,
you can on Yugamo for sure.
That's what's got me messed up. They take it away from you at the top of the line. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. I'm an idiot. I don't play a lot of Shimikaze, so that's partly my problem. Partly my fault.
That's all good. You can see Vegeta is trying to get into that really advanced position once again. There is some AP coming in from Black Eagle Ops.
Yep.
He does take a decent chunk, but he's still going to get there with most of his health. It shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I don't know. He's got a Des Moines on his flank. I mean...
Well, also look at Midnight Viper for SCL. Literally copy-paste the position.
Yeah, copy-paste the position.
But he's going to have to angle up a little bit because I'm sure Vegeta's next salvo is going to go into that, and I'm not sure if he's angled enough. I really don't think he is.
Well, let's find out.
Maybe. But he's going to beach. That big butt is going to be sticking out the corner, for sure.
Here it comes. Well, he gets at least a pen or an overpen there.
So he's making like an island and beaching. Is that what you're saying?
Womp, womp, womp.
But
not my fault they got that camo on there.
That's right. Vegeta has moved into B. That's going to allow 5D to start ticking up the B cap, although he's getting some resets now from Mr.
Eagle.
B.
Oh.
Whoa,
almost 30k from Vegeta, about a 30 burger.
Yeah. Eagle not doing a great job here, showing a tremendous amount of broadside getting slapped around here.
They're trusting in that camo too much.
Finally does, finally does find some cover.
And of course, Titan Hunter, Gilliams is going to catch him broadside here with a full salvo.
There he goes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That spotting, man. I mean, that was an easy play. The Shima's, of course, going to keep him hard detected, and then Gilliams came out and said hello. So, yeah, not good.
Once again, SCL giving up an early kill here on Shatter as they've flopped spawns. And again, just like before, that early kill puts the pressure on SCL to make a play, pick up a cap, bag a kill of their own, do something in response to kind of just even things up a bit.
Yeah, Surviving Scout making a little bit of a dangerous maneuver across that open bit right there, but he's going to be okay. And I mean, obviously SCL still has plenty of HP to work with, notwithstanding their destroyed Stalingrad, but they kind of can't just sit around. They got to get something going.
I love Scout's disrespect too. He just fired off a couple rounds at Noiji Matsuda, just like, I know you can see me, I don't care.
And look how far north Titan Hunter is. He's all the way in E2, just literally doing what he wants, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing to stop him anymore.
No, well, yeah, the Stalingrad on that position is going to allow him. See, look now, he's putting torpedoes right directly into Midnight Viper's Vow. That's where this full salvo is going.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegeta behind him has switched to HE to try to get him to light on fire. So they're trying to stack a flutter of fire on him as best they can.
Now, Viper might have seen that. I saw that one torpedo hit the island, so if Viper was looking in that direction, he should know that there are torps coming, but of course, at that angle, you're probably going to eat something, I'd imagine.
He's going to, if the only way he could avoid them would be to get behind, flip the rudder over and kind of angle back to where he's got a little more island in front of him. And he's trying. You see him making the turn now.
Yeah.
It's a question of is he going to get far enough back before the torpedoes arrive, because torpedoes move pretty quick. Nope, he turned his engines off.
It looks like two of them.
He's going to take at least. I think the second one is going to hit the island instead of him. Can't tell. Nope, he's going to take two.
Invisible island.
One. Okay.
Oh, Morgan dies.
Yep. They bagged the gearing way over on the 9 line.
Wow.
Oh, that we do see Hingle does have smoke. So that we talked about that earlier. I'm an idiot. Why do I have this in my brain? Why do I think that Smoke can take torpedo reload booster? God, I'm a moron.
It's because we're playing a thinking man's game.
You'll get memed in the chat. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm confident of that. I'm used to that by now.
So
when you don't do this for 2.5 years without that happening, trust me.
That's all good. Wait, the Worcester has radar? Oh crap! Damn it!
Son of a! How did I miss that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, those torpedoes have definitely left Midnight in a bit of a risky position.
And they don't even. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say Vegeta continuing to pump HE into Viper from astern as the Ohio. You know, I tell you, the Ohio getting shells on him from the bow. One of the things that we gave Surviving Scout some props last game, right? Because he held this position in his Des Moines for a very long time. What was it? 13, 14 minutes.
About 13.
Whatever it was a long time. It took them forever to dig him out of here. Right now, it doesn't feel like they're going to have nearly this problem with Midnight, and it's almost entirely because Midnight is so stinking big. I mean, it's the Stalingrad's huge compared to a Des Moines. Oh, a double fire.
He's on fire, so he's going to be repairing whenever it comes back up.
He blew, but he already blew one of the repairs not long ago. That's going to stick for a bit.
Yep.
And there's more PEDs coming. So.
I mean, look at this firing line right now on the Ohio too on Maxwell. Gilliam.
Actually, I think there's unless those torpedoes shift left, I think there's a very nice gap in there. But
yeah, I think RNG has spared Viper's life for the moment.
It's not going to really matter. He's going to be dead here shortly.
They're going to get him eventually.
Yeah.
But they're not going to get him with these torpedoes. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think here's the kill.
Yeah, there it was.
You see, 5D didn't even get on any caps until almost 9 minutes in the game. They just the superior board position has allowed them to damage farm.
Yep.
Basically, the whole game since they got into their opening positions, and yeah.
Well, we're looking at a repeat of the Kremlin, Ohio ram over here in the gap along the seaside.
I love a good ram.
It's a family channel, Zach. Ooh. You keep that stuff to yourself.
Stalingrad eating more. Granasha just took it probably from the Ohio. And yes, of course, the ram. It wouldn't be a Kots these days without at least one ram every game.
Oh, wow. Look at that, double kill.
He took the double strike. He takes
and the secondary. It was the secondary, ram secondary.
But he got a main salvo too on the Stalin. That was brilliant play there.
That's funny. And it looks like 5D is about ready to zero.
Yeah, nearing halfway mark of the match, and if SEL loses another shift, the game will be over. They will have 0 points, and that will force the match to close.
Yeah,
I can't imagine the way they're going to fight back from this. They don't have the health, they don't have the ships, they certainly don't have the board position.
No, they don't got anything going for them. But of course, like we've already mentioned a few times, 5D's experience, they've been here before, they've done that, they've advanced in NA Kots to a reasonable degree, a few tournaments. So, SCL was definitely going to be on the back foot in this series from the get-go, and we can see that 5D's experience is certainly taking care of business here. So, SCL can't feel too bad about it. I know it's upsetting to lose, and they'll be, in danger of elimination, but certainly 5D showing why they're, who they are. So.
Yep, very much so.
Wasn't that a bonus code? You can't win every game or something?
I'm not sure.
Oh, hey, check this out. DC Blast has the new Optimus Prime skin.
Yes, he does. I noticed that last game. I just didn't get a chance to talk about it.
If you are a Transformers fan, guys, I mean, holy crap. Nothing beats seeing Optimus Prime on your number 2 turret.
Hindenburg's down to 4,800, and this will probably be...
Oh, that's right. We have a tournament on.
Probably it.
And
I got another death pick, although a little bit...
Game 2 goes even faster than Game 1 as 5D sweeps SCL here in Group B.
Gentlemen, start your searching.
Yeah, here we go. Let's take a look.
All right. Well, yeah, that's well played to 5D. Just a textbook win for them. They just looked solidly in control in both matches. Well done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so let's see. KIA, RNG both won their matches 2-0, probably as expected. Nothing that I'm seeing so far that is at 1-1. Kraken ended up sweeping 2-0, so we are, I think, guaranteed to see them as our second set. Yeah.
Yep. We'll be seeing them soon.
That's a great coincidence, Raptor.
It's almost like I picked these matches for a reason.
Clever girl.
NACL advanced, so they're going to be playing the winner of SEAST and RBMK. That should be, assuming RBMK is the one that advances, that should be a pretty good series. Yeah, nothing at the moment that I see that's 1-1, but...
Oh, I gotta fix that start thing. Whatever. So, while you guys are searching, I'll fill the room with the sound of my voice. God, that sounded terrible.
That did sound terrible.
It sounded terrible. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, so because it's a sweep, it's a 2-0 sweep. Obviously, we don't have a game 3 right now to feature. We are currently sending Snake and Raptor to go find said game 3. However, everybody else, we're all based off of time, so we can't just go and start the next match necessarily. So,
well, not right away, but we'll see. All right. I did have an issue there with my flopped spawns. I didn't fix that last week. It's been fixed in the overlay now, so you guys won't have that problem again with the bottom of the screen being cut off when we have to swap B and A's position on the map. So that's been fixed.
I'm unfollowing.
Apologies.
Now.
That's fine. I'm used to that.
Can't do it.
That's fine. Again, used to that. Not a problem. So yeah, let's go take a peek here and look at some early results. Yeah, RNG went 2-0. 5D we just saw went 2-0. Going 2-0. QQ7 going 2 over Star 2. QCN has a 1-game lead, so we might get to see that QCN Kraken game we were talking about before we went on the air. Well, there may not be many game 3s, if any. We'll just have to see how this goes. The beauty of it is, the beauty of each group is that even if there's a game 3 that makes another group like lag a little bit, if our game is ready, if our match is ready, we can just go straight on in. We don't have to wait for anybody, right?
Oh, okay.
They can just go.
Looks like Mini Hannibal is also trying to search for a game 3 right now.
Yep.
So you're right. It could very well be a whole bunch of wipes.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Which is great. That means we stop earlier.
Indeed. I'm going to run a quick ad while we look around. So, guys, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Try and get rid of these pre-roll ads.
The what?
The pre-roll ads, which some people see and some people don't. Like, subs, I think, miss them, but everybody else has to stick with them.
Oh,
on a day like today, I try to get rid of it.
That. Do we have to do that?
No, I just do it.
Oh, okay.
I got in the habit of doing it last King of the Sea, and I fell out of that habit last week. I'm trying to force myself back into it this week. The trick is I have to get the timer set up on my Stream Deck, right, because of the delay, right? So I have to set it up, you know, to do kind of things in just the right order. So anyway, I think I've got it worked out.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna see if it figures out.
Yeah, I usually run an ad when I transition from live play to replay analysis.
Okay, that's good. Oh, when you do your replay theater streams?
When I do my replay theater streams, exactly right.
Very nice.
But that's a good point, because if I were to go right now and run a break, that would cut it immediately to the end of the game.
Well, that's the trick. Is for me, I've got mine because of the way I have my Stream Deck command built. I built 2 timers in, right? I built a 90-second timer in that tells me that then will change the scene and let me know the ad is done. And then I built a 210-second timer in that then will, at the end of that, will tell the thing to run the ad. So by the time stream catches up to where I was, it should work. It was working when I did this for King of the Sea 10, but I removed that button, and because I wasn't using it for the finals. Obviously, I'm not going to run ads on Wargaming Stream during the finals. So then when I sat down for day 1, I was like, oh crap, I have to rebuild. How did I do this before? It's been 6 months. So anyway, I'm slowly working it out. But it seems to be good here. Yeah, it seems to be good here. So, all right. So we're just at this point, guys. We're just kind of waiting for some of these other brackets to finish up. Let me do a quick reload here. Looking for a result of QCN, because remember the other thing is that even once QCN reports out of Group G, we're gonna have to see the map picks, right? So I'm going down looking to see. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on things to see when that gets reported in.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So I just ran the ad, and it looks like it didn't cut into the stream, which is great to see. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so what I'm waiting to see is if this works, because I had problems with the ad command off the Stream Deck the other day, but it should work. In the meantime.
I got a question for y'all. So obviously, when I look over at the second group stage for tomorrow,
yeah,
I see that Buenos Noches is the seeded team in Group G. However, I'm chilling here on Carrier Hosho's stream, and I see an entire team of BN people.
So that's RPF.
Yes, of course. So
RPF is Buenos Noches' second team.
Ah, okay. Well, great for them.
Yes, they have fielded 2 teams in this event.
That's fantastic.
I didn't know that until earlier today when one of their guys dropped into my chat and mentioned, by the way, RPF is our second team. Why don't you guys try and count that today? And I was like, oh, if I had known that, but of course I didn't. So that's all right.
Because obviously, BN is our favorite Raptor. We've been covering them guys since they first started, and of course you too, Zach.
Right, and they're a seeded team again, right? Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Bloody awesome.
Raptor, how much time would you say we have
before our next match? At least 5 minutes, if not more, like 10, because we're still waiting on. As far as I know, we're still waiting on.
TNG versus YOLO is going to a game 3. Paid to Piper is the guy with the room, so we can do that.
Let's do it.
Here's the trick, guys. I don't know that I want to force QCN and Kraken to wait on us if they're ready.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Oh, right? You did say that they can go, right? If they're ready.
Yeah, there's no reason to hold Group G if a different group is going to is taking extra time. My point is simply that if QCN, if Kuma wins game 2, game 3, wins game 2, and they go to game 3, we'll go pick that up because that game will lead directly into the one that we have after that, right?
Fair.
But if QCN goes 2-0, we'll just pick right up and go on.
Okay, very well.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of funny if we all just like started the game and then be like, "See ya."
See ya. Later, dude.
That's what I don't want. My fear is if we go pick up a game 3 now, and those guys are waiting. I don't want them to wait on us, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They're all ready. So I don't want them waiting on the casters if we can avoid it.
No, that would be a little.
Well, we're here. We're here to showcase the event, not the other way around. Excellent. My ad thing worked. Excellent. Excellent.
Congratulations.
I'm so glad. I wasn't able to live test it until today, so I'm glad it's working.
Well,
Good. I finally figured all of that out.
Live testing for the win.
Okay. So, that's done. My goal is to run one of those in between every game, right? I've got to just run a little 90-second ad that keeps the pre-rolls off, so that as people join the stream, they don't have to wait for the stinking pre-roll to jump right into the action if they're bouncing.
Oh, that's the idea. Okay,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's why you do it. Okay.
Yeah, it turns, if you run the manual ads, it turns pre-rolls off. So that way when anybody joins the stream, they don't have to sit through that ridiculous 30-second ad. So that way, like, if they join my stream and there's nothing going on here, they go away, but they come back, there's a game, I'll watch this for a minute, that whatever, right? That allows them to hop around a little bit. Because otherwise, Twitch is going to run the ads whether I manually run them or not. So I'd rather manually run them when nothing as interesting is happening, and then allow people to hop around, so.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. That's the goal anyway. All right, so let's see. We're still waiting on a QCN report. I have not seen one in the chat window. I do not see one in tournament, so we're still waiting on that.
Sounds good. I'm playing a Yu Yang co-op game.
World of Poi and Troya look like they're also going to a Game 3, but that's the only other Game 3 that I'm seeing right now. Who'd you say was going to a Game 3? It was TNG and who's that? And who, Sneaky?
Well, it appears that Frice gave me a little misinformation because TNG is now reported as 2-0 over Yellow. That's what it was supposed to be. So, yeah.
Okay.
Just seems to be a small mistake. That's all.
That's okay. No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal. All right, so RNG does win. They're playing 5D3. 5D3 swept Team Danger Noodles, Af. Our buddies over at TDN.
Wow. Impressive.
Lost 2-0. Yeah. So they're now in the losers bracket. They've got a win to stay in.
Anytime Danger Noodle loses, I'm sad.
I know, me too, right? KIA will be playing TNG over in Group C. That's the winners bracket game. And then the only other winners bracket game that's decided down in Group L is Peach and SOL will be playing.
Well, we will have that RPF BN second team. They're going to go to a Game 3 against GGWP. So
are they really?
Yes.
Good for them. And GGWP, that's a tough team, right? That's not a win. That's not a win for other. Now, are you sure about that? Because they're right now tournament's reporting a 2-0 for GGWP.
Yeah, I'm looking at Carrier Host Show stream, and they're up RPF. That is, they're up like 450 points in Game 2. So, yeah,
right. So
just seems to be a mistake.
Yes, it does. Yeah, over here in the reporting channel, it does say RPF won Game 2, so that is correct. So that's been misreported in tournament. They'll get that fixed. QCN now we're showing up as a 2-0 winner over Kraken, so that will be our next match, guys.
All right.
So
and of course, whoever wins that one is done for today already. So
that's correct. The winner of this match will absolutely be moving on to day 2.
Now we're casting these 2 sets of matches and then possibly a third. Is that how this works?
No, we are doing a third.
We are, okay.
We're doing this match, and then one more after this. Why do I only have QCN 2 on my clan list? That's a miss. All right, well, I'll pick it even though it's not correct. They'll just have to survive.
Yep. I mean, it could be worse. You could put like Poi on there or something else.
No, pass. All right, so now let's see. They'll be doing some map picks here. Here we go. All right, QCN. They're doing map picks right now.
Perfect.
I'm watching it live. We can talk live about what is being picked and banned here over on this match. QCN has banned Loop for this match. Actually, I'm going to set this for TBDs for the moment because we just don't know. But I'm going to get this set up. There we go. Oh yeah, that's not correct either. There we go. All right. QCN bans Luke. Kraken bans Northern Waters. So now QCN gets the first map pick. Waiting to see what they're doing. Really should do a giveaway here. It's a lot easier to do when I don't have quite such a mess.
Yep. Hey!
All right.
Big thanks to Puddin for giving out stuff on my stream, and awesome mod, and check it out. I just received a Twitch Drops container for watching my own stream.
Outstanding. All right, map 1 is Crash Zone Alpha.
Yeah.
QCN will be taking the Bravo spawn on that map. So keep in mind, they are the Alpha team, but they'll be spawning south, so we'll have to use the inverted scene for that one.
Somebody's clan tag is apes. I like that.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, there's two. There's Apes Together. There's two different teams. There's Apes Together Strong is one team.
I love it.
And then there's another Apes team. There's another Apes themed team out there. Hang on, I saw them on the list. I gotta find them again. They're over here. Yeah, there's an Apes too. It's called Apes Alone Week.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Kraken picks North from map number 2. They will be the Alpha spawn, the North spawn, and then Land of Fire is our tiebreaker, if it comes to that.
Please let it come to that.
All right, so there we go, guys. Disregard a little bit what you're seeing in the window. This is not Quebec Navy 2. This is just Quebec Navy. For some reason, QCN, the base clan, is not in my list here. Not on the clan list that I can pick, but it's close enough, so we'll just make it work.
Yep.
Go ahead.
While we're waiting on all this kind of stuff, this might be a good opportunity to remind everybody, don't forget to log in and go to your armory and pick up your daily free reward. Also, when you log in, you notice that you get Transformers tokens, and it's best to make sure you're spending those tokens on unlocking missions so that you can get all the content possible for free.
Very much so. Make sure you're spending those Autobot tokens you're getting for free every day. There's like mission chains you get for them that just, hey guys, free stuff for playing the game. Like, why would you not do that?
So it's a little confusing, but you're going to have to go in. You have to redeem your token, and I'm doing one on each. So I'm doing Autobots, and then I'm doing Decepticons, and then today I did Autobots and Decepticons. If you want to go all Autobots, then it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But that will then create a combat mission under the Transformers tab, where you get all this stuff, and you get symbols. I can't wait to rock out my Autobot symbol. I can't wait. And then there's also the Cybertonian containers, and you get camouflages and stuff like that. It's all good stuff.
Now there's a spicy matchup in Group H. PN and AP, both Hurricane level team.
Yeah, that's going to be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like is it? Oh, okay. Mini Hannibal's casting that one. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody's casting that one. That's good.
Yeah, the PN's kind of another clan that they started out kind of humbly, but now oh man, they got purple tags and they got some good players, and it's great. You just getting that competitive juices going and building the team up.
Yep. All right, let me stop this. Do some giveaways.
Meanwhile, on my stream, we're going to go ahead and watch the anchorage get built. I'm nowhere near fully completed, but I really do like Wargaming's animations here. It's a lot of fun to look at, so I'm calling it pay to animate. There we go.
Let's do some giveaways here.
That brings back memories. The first time we had the dockyard with the Puerto Rico. I miss that. For those of you guys who didn't really or don't really follow me on Twitter, I was posting every time I hit one of the phases a screenshot, like I was an expectant father, about what was happening with the ship today.
Yeah, I remember that. It was ridiculous. Honestly, it was patently ridiculous. I remember this. It was the thing that happened.
Well, I've got friends on Facebook that they've got like their little baby book. What happens at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Why not do that with the ship?
Yeah. Zath would post things like, "Oh, you're getting so big and strong. Look at you growing up." I was like, Zath, it's a pixelated boat, dude. You're creeping me out, man. You're creeping me out.
You're about to get your guns.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, this is just weird now. All right. Hand out my giveaways here. There's 2.
Shout out to the real iDuckman for saying Zath co-op OCD. That's right, damn it.
I'll be right back, gents.
Not a problem. We got a few minutes. They've done map picks. We got a map rotation for this game. Still waiting on a room to show up.
I could have done another co-op game.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. You'll just have to survive the hard way.
I was actually thinking about going into a ranked game when I asked you how much time we had left.
Like, you are crazy, sir. Why would you invite that level of salt on a day like today? Goodness gracious. No, thank you.
It's radar, you yang, man. It's okay.
Oh, why you do this? Why you do this to yourself, Zath?
Unique upgrade. I only have 3 more ships to finish those unique upgrade chain missions on, and I think I'm at like 20,000 base XP for each, so I'm getting there.
Thank you. All right. Those giveaways are done. Now, let's go back here and see if we've got a room set up just yet.
See, some people like watching paint dry. I like watching ships be built.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. Anchorage is now being floated. Yay.
All right. Woo! Busy day. One of the fun things about casting King of the Seas, Zath, it is never boring.
You're welcome.
You are never. Well, no. I mean, there's always something to be doing, right? Like you are never bored doing King of the Sea here.
No.
Like there is always something going on that you got to be paying attention to.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. Absolutely.
Very much so. Very much so. All right. So we said map 1 is. I'm gonna go back and look at this again before I get it wrong. CZA. Map 2 is north. Map 3 is Land of Fire. And our alpha spawn. Each of these. Hang on. Go back and find it. There it is.
I'm almost done with my anchorage already.
Kraken. So Kraken is the alpha spawn for all 3 matches. They are the north spawn for all 3 games. So we'll have to use the inverted colors for all 3 matches, it would appear. That's fine. Easy peasy.
Fair
as
enough.
long as we know going in, it makes it simple to do.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for a room notification. Let's see. I'm just gonna do a manual look around to see if maybe I've missed it. No, it would be one of the QCN reps that would be making this room. MILF, I think, maybe?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it should be him.
Yep, Milthas, M-I-L-T-H, Zath. Do a search for that and you'll find it.
Okay.
Yep, there we go. All right.
Let me know if everybody's in the room, then I'll hop in.
We're missing a couple of Kraken people, maybe 1. Nope, they're all here now.
Okay.
Okay, they've put me on the team. That's not correct.
No, it's your time to shine, buddy.
Yeah, clearly. They don't want this. Trust me. There we go. Okay, there we go. This is why we keep these screens hidden, guys, because otherwise you would have just seen the Kraken lineup, and that's not okay. So, that's why. Goodness gracious, stats with a raid.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh, right. Oh, right, my bot is taking it.
Oh. Okay. I need to switch scenes to best of 3.
All right, everybody's here. Both teams are ready. I think all we have to wait on at this point is a ref to give them the go-ahead.
Couple of flexes. Gotta catch up with chat, man, you know?
You got something, I guess.
Oh, I guess we still didn't get that Kraken icon over to them.
Nope. That's not my job, sir.
Oh, wells.
That's not my job, sir.
We'll blame it on, who should we blame it on? Griefer?
I would say we'd blame it on Griefer, but honestly, he does so much for the Clans out. I really think we should blame it on SF and just keep piling it on, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He lives upside down, so...
No, Griefer does live upside down. SF does not live upside down. All right, guys, I think we're going to be dropping into CZA momentarily. Nope, Pieces says that for them to wait. I'm going to let them know that, okay, he's waiting on something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're dropping or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're dropping or not. We'll just chill for a minute and see how this goes. Now, Zath, it's interesting, of course, you and I are members of Kraken, but I don't know about you, Zath, I have had zero involvement in their prep for this event. Do you even know what kind of lineups they've been practicing?
So, we do have that special channel on Discord, and as an administrator, I do have the ability to see everything in that channel. However, I did not peek.
Right. I mean, I've seen the channel. They've been busy working in there, right? But I haven't gone in there and looked around. I haven't sat in on any of their discussions or anything. So I don't have any idea what to expect out of these guys, right?
Right.
You and I have played. Of course, Vermicelli is our kind of competitive team organizer, competitive leader. He has been our lead, one of our lead callers for clan battles the last couple of seasons. Did a brilliant job with it. He's, as far as I know, he's the one that's kind of done a lot of strategizing and leading for the team here today. So, I mean, we're used to working with Vermi. We know kind of how his brain works. Mm-hmm. Speculate for me then what you think you might see out of Kraken.
Oh boy, what I would expect to see out of Kraken are, I would say, plays that require two players to coordinate well to make work.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is go back to that first game with 5D when they basically double teamed that gearing to go down right off the bat, for example. Mm-hmm. You need to have good coordination by both players. They have to know what they're doing. They have to position themselves well, all that good stuff, and communicate like consumable usage. Those kinds of deals, and they could definitely pull that off. We did a lot of that kind of stuff in clan battles this last season and previous seasons too.
Yes. Well, this season of clan battles almost required it with how much coordination you needed to do. You needed to play with the carriers. Mm-hmm. All right. I think we're about to drop into game 1. All right, guys. I will see you on the battlefield.
All right.
I guess that means I should switch over to my video intro. Here we go.
The narrows of the English Channel have borne witness to some of the most famous naval battles in history. Now the storied cliffs of Dover provide the inspiration and backdrop for a naval clash of epic proportions. This is Crash Zone Alpha. Crash Zone Alpha is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. In the center and southwest, both A and B caps provide a little cover for radar cruisers looking to support friendly destroyers as they vie for control of each cap. The islands that hug the borders of these 2 capture zones are tall enough to block most shells and close enough that their radar envelopes will cover their respective capture areas. To the northeast, Capture Area C is a much riskier play for cruisers. The islands here are smaller and further back from the capture zone, providing better access for destroyers. Battleships seeking better firing angles on enemies further south are likely to find what they're looking for, but pushing too far, too quickly, can be a very risky play. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor.
And it's time to play King of the Sea. Are we ready to go, Mr. Raptor?
Do it, baby.
Oh my goodness, guys. So Kraken brings 3 destroyers. They want maximum vision. They've got Des Moines, Petro, Tedsters, and a Kremlin. And look at this, guys. Right you are, Ken, in the Bergon. Love it. We got another Summers and Moskva over here with Hangar Not Found.
And you know what's interesting is that you and I both know Ted. We know how much he's chafing having to play that Kremlin. All right, having a look over the QCN lineup, they have gone Ohio Kremlin of their own, Des Moines Minotaur, Petro, double Stalingrad. I'm interested to see the Minotaur's app. He's smoked up to the bottom end of the B cap right now. I'm betting that's a radar minnow.
Yes.
And rounding that off with a Gearing and a Summers.
K is within the Minotaur's radar range. He's about 9.5 away. So.
And that will be triggered as soon as he enters B.
Yep. Sure.
There
it
is. Radar just goes up. K is smart enough that I'm sure he was anticipating that, and he will have been out of that radar range just as soon as he got back. In fact, he didn't take any damage from that.
No, K.
Not so far.
There it is.
He took a little bit.
I was gonna say, when it comes to radar baiting, K is a master baiter.
Womp womp womp. It's a family channel, Path.
Torpedoes are going in at Zenki. It looks like he's going to be able to dodge them, but
yep.
Yeah, he's going to dodge them. So they're going to pick up the cap, Quebec City Navy, and they're also flipping the A1 here. So early on, it seems like they're going to start out with a little bit of that points gain.
Well, it looks like C is completely uncontested, though.
It is. Basically, QCN has kind of gone for a bit of an A-B play here. Their Kremlin and their Petro are playing well back of the cap. Stalingrad here is kind of covering the C cap, but I don't even know, is he even in radar range of Akizuki? He's not. So even if he were to pop a radar, you wouldn't get him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is an interesting play for Kraken. White Symphonia is smoking up Vermicelli and Griefer's Des Moines. Yep. However, they were not detected moving down there. The gearing for Quebec City Navy did not get vision on those guys. So I wonder if the smokescreen was maybe prematurely popped, because they're not going to get much utility out of it unless they start getting shots at the Stalingrad, which is perhaps what they're going to do. But interesting.
I don't think so. I think the plan was that SF was going to radar trap the gearing in A, and that Verm and Griefer were going to fire from behind smoke so they could shoot at the gearing without fear of return fire.
Yeah, because they're not really going to get much utility out of this smokescreen. I mean, again, it did cover their approach, but there was nothing that was going to hard detect them. So, in my opinion, a little bit of a waste there, but it seems like Vermicelli is using his radar, and there we go. They do get the gearing detected, so...
Well, with the Minotaur having blown his radar load in B, K does reverse onto the extreme western edge of the cap.
Family-friendly stream.
You'll survive it. But Zenki does get back onto the cap himself to deny those points.
Oh, great damage. Griefer and Vermicelli really chunking that gearing down. Yep. And he's well inside of that radar range still, so perhaps a frag. We'll see.
Oh,
they could bag one of these QCN destroyers that quickly. That would be huge. 1,600 HP and continuing to fall.
Maybe?
There it is.
Yep.
They do. They get him. Vermicelli with a very, very early kill here on a QCN gearing. That's going to really change how QCN has to position themselves at the bottom end of this map.
Yep.
And that was a really odd death, in my opinion, because I'd imagined that gearing of QCN would have seen that smoke screen deployed rather early for Kraken and thought, okay, they're trying to move something up to the corner. So why he got within, I think it was about 8.5 kilometers of Vermicelli was a little confusing to me. A bad misread right there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Special K does get driven off the B cap. Doesn't really give up much else to do so, though. So I'm sure he'll continue to play games there to try to block things out. Kraken bringing 3 destroyers to this match pretty much guarantees that they're going to have a destroyer on each cap, or at least near each cap, almost at all times.
Yeah, and you can see the Stalingrad up by C for QCN is also down to about half health, taking quite a bit of damage. So,
Yep.
So far Kraken is doing a lot better trading their HP, and it seems like that they're getting ready to push that group down at A through because the Kremlin's down there. So.
Yep. Tedster looked like just whacked the Ohio Philone. Philone.
Yeah, and he's getting shot at by both of the Des Moines, and that's a great position because Verm and Griefer are going to be able to sit there and get most of their firepower to bear, and they're going to be able to do it undetected unless radar gets popped. So,
Yep.
some really free damage, and that's one very big thing in competitive. If you can deal damage without taking any in return, that's one of the most important things. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Kraken doing a great job of vision control here early, no question. Once again, K has repositioned. He's back onto the edge of the B cap. Here comes the radar again. This is Oliver's 3rd radar, I believe, so they're not going to be able to sustain this pressure on K forever.
No,
now,
he's already
Admittedly, right now, he does have the Minnow and the Summers kind of shooting at him, but he's doing a great job of dodging most of the incoming shells.
Yep.
Yeah, and as long as he doesn't eat a torpedo or take a big chunk from a BB, he's going to be able to still kind of chill there. You know, he hasn't really lost that much HP, so he's fine. There are torpedoes coming in, but I'm sure he's probably aware of them by now.
Well, he's certainly going to be aware of some of them. He pulls the handbrake there.
Yep.
The really dangerous ones fall short astern, but they do succeed in pushing him farther back off the cap.
One thing I want to comment on is SFNL's positioning here. He's right up against the island, but he's right next to that open area on his broadside. Now, there's nothing really that can shoot him from there, I think, but that's kind of a risky spot.
I don't know. You'd have to fire shells from a really long way off to get them to drop over that as close as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if the Des Moines pushed around the corner with Tedster, then that's when that angle really works out. So he's still okay right now, but if Verm and Griefer get on the move, it could potentially be a compromised position. And that's honestly, that's part of just the map strategy here. If you can push ships down south really quick, it kind of makes that position a little tentative.
QCN is doing something a little interesting. They've pushed the Petro into C now, as the Minotaur is now rotating to the C cap. That's going to leave K now about to duck back onto B. He's got torpedoes. His torpedoes just barely miss Zinky on the top end of B. K back into the cap. Zinky back into the cap. So, I mean, once again, B ticks up nowhere. Kraken working on about a 60-point lead that is slimming. But look what they've done to the Ohio down south.
Tedster missed a broadside salvo on Philone. He was just turning to get off the border, and it appears he shot elsewhere. But I'd like to see this Kraken group down here get a move on, get the Des Moines up there. You can really start pushing those guys out of those A positions and at least flip the A cap, because, of course, Kraken does have that early kill, but they don't have a gigantic points lead because they really haven't gotten anything points-wise from the caps. So.
Yep.
K in a gunfight with Zenki Summers yet again as he scoots for cover here on the extreme western edge of the B cap.
Brilliant maneuvering, though. Just barely missed beaching.
K has been playing this so well, so cautiously, but yet, for all of their work, all their division and board control, QCN is about to take the lead 9 minutes into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're driving Ted and Symphonia onto the cap simultaneously at A.
I think this is a bit of a mistake. I would have liked to see Ted go around south.
Well, I really want to see Griefer. I want to see Griefer and Verm get up there to at least get a little bit closer, because they could also start dealing with Saipin. But yeah, you're right. The Ohio was able to kind of disengage from that compromised position that he was in, and perhaps that'll bite him in the butt later on. We'll see.
Yep.
I don't know. They've got 5 ships at A. They're just now about to bag the cap, which is going to happen eventually.
Oh, Dick Cheney's Kremlin up there took, I think, a couple torps or something.
Looks like it. Both QCN battleships now under a tremendous amount of threat. We have the Kraken does not have any eyes on the Ohio, who is continuing to retreat east along the J line.
Cheney's flooding too.
Yep.
Yep, but Dick Cheney's Kremlin here. That sounds so ridiculous when I say it.
I'm sure Ken might get the. Yep, HE's coming in. That's the good ammo choice there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. QCN Kremlin now under a tremendous amount of threat on the top end, and he does catch fire.
Okay.
Put
DCP. There's the DCP.
On 2,600 HP, QCN may lose a battleship here.
Yeah. I'm sure Ken is getting ready for the kill shot.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't pop a reload booster there to get it, but here comes a lot of that. That Burgonia HE will do horrible things to this Kremlin if these rounds connect.
And it's not needed.
Hanger Not Found. Hanger Not Found beats him to it as Kraken goes up 2 ships here, despite the fact that they're down a cap.
Okay, man, this push fire again.
This push is not materializing for Kraken down here. Those Des Moines are still kind of chilling there. Symphonia has given the Kremlin some smoke, Tedster some smoke, but man, I really would have liked. I'm not trying to beat on him. it's such a powerful position to move out from, and I just think that they're not taking advantage of it. That's all.
I completely agree.
Continuing to work the middle of the board, not getting out of it as he suffers at least his 4th radar of the game. QCN's Minotaur doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do have, with the death of the Kremlin, we have Ken and Hanger Not Found about facing, and they're going to start pushing onto the sea cap. And all of a sudden, that Petro is moderately alone up there, only the Stalingrad within shouting distance of his position. So maybe those guys are going to try to get back around and do something. Oh no.
Oh, the Ohio bags Vermicelli down south. Vermin Griefer still sitting in that spot. I wonder where that Ohio shot came from. I'm a little surprised at that angle that he could get the pens he wanted.
457s, baby.
Tedster does manage to dodge the torpedoes with a smoke screen in front of him. I think, I'm speculating here, but I think maybe what Kraken's play here is they moved up to grab A with the knowledge that now basically from their position, QCN cannot get back into A. But the problem is they're now 130 points down despite having a firepower advantage. They've reoriented SFNL, but now once again K gets face spotted by Zenki.
Yeah, and that Des Moines of Sapin that was sitting down there, that is, if you don't push around from that position, he was able to get the radar. That's what I presume allowed the Ohio to get those shells into the smoke. So he just can kind of sit there and keep eyes on, that location.
Yep.
So it seems like the move for Kraken here, they're going to have to get a frag here somewhat soon, and they're going to have to take C back for sure.
They're definitely going to have to take C back. C is the play, in my opinion. They've got the advantage up here. They need to push it.
And look at Zenki just trailing Special K. He's only 5.8 kilometers away, right behind that smoke screen.
He smells blood.
I mean, K has played a brilliant game, but QCN has also countered him very well with the radars and everything. They've done a great job, but I mean, right now it just feels like Kraken, despite having a firepower advantage, really needs to kind of get, like you were saying earlier, Sneaky, kind of get a move on, make a play here.
Yeah, and again,
radar.
I think it is the C play, but that mistake, and you know how it is, when we get later into the tournament, if you make one mistake against the better teams, they're going to capitalize on it, and really letting that Ohio get away, I think, was potentially going to be damaging here. There's still plenty of time. There's still 6:45 left in the game, but that could be the decisive factor here.
Well, there's 6:45 in the game, but they've only got 2.5 minutes to make something happen here, as QCN has ticked over 800 points.
Torp's coming in on the stall, and I think he's going to eat one.
He's going to take at least one amidships.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
So he'll be dead.
Big.
Yep.
He's down
using the heel. Oh, the Summers. Is the Summers going in on the Petro? Is Akazuki Kai?
It looked like he was maybe trying to make a run on the Petro. I can't really tell.
Well, he already used his torps. He's got to sit and wait for him to reload, probably.
Okay, they know he's there now. There's the radar.
Yep. Stalingrad is guaranteed dead. So
lots more HE falling on this Stalingrad. They will bag him eventually.
Yeah.
If he's on fire, then he's going out. Yeah. He'll be out in seconds.
Yep. There it is.
There he goes.
Zenki.
So a little extra breathing space.
Oof,
buys them some more time. As once again, Kraken up 2 ships, but still upside down on board control and points. 2 minutes to make a play.
Admiral Oliver also has torpedoes coming in on his location. Hasn't really taken much damage. I don't know. He should be able to... Well, no, I think he's going to eat one.
He's going to take at least one of these at the angle he's moving at. You can't dodge them all.
Yep. No. So now it appears Sakazuki, no, he's not making the yellow charge, and the Petro is getting ready for it.
But the threat of Akizuki has forced the Petro to move up a bit.
Yeah, actually, no, I think here it comes. Yeah, here comes Akizuki. Yep. Waiting for those turrets to turn, and then here comes the Summers. So,
at a minimum, they're going to push him out of that position,
and the Minotaur too,
and force him to maneuver. But
the Minotaur is in radar range of the Moskva for Hangar Not Found. So, assuming they get the kill on the Petro without any problems, the Minotaur could be in a bad spot too.
Yeah, he wasn't spotted for the longest time. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I just
now
looked over to check.
700 HP.
One of those is going to connect. Yeah.
That's going to be a very costly trade.
They do trade the Summers for the Petro, but it's going to allow them to break into C. So now it's a question of if Hangar Not Found's radar is up, and they can pick out they can pick off the Minnow and smoke.
It's not. They're turning and looking.
Yeah, that Minotaur's got to be thinking like, I got to get out of here. You know.
Well, he's now pinned between SFNL's radar to the south.
Yeah.
And the Moscow radar to the north, as Kraken does try to get C again, still up 2 ships, with about 4 minutes to play here.
Yeah, this is definitely the play of the game right here. I'm sure Oliver wasn't thinking that position was going to be compromised when he moved into it, but yeah, he's kind of stuck. Yeah, you're right in between 2 Soviet radars.
Literally in between 2 radars, as there comes what has to be his last radar of the game, looking for Special K.
And
he figures if he's going to die, he's going to take K with him.
Petro AP coming in.
Nice hit. Solid hit on Oliver.
Yep. They got to get this, and I think there's the reload booster for the Bourgogne. A little bit of a miss there.
Yep.
SFNL.
QCN over 900 points. This is really kind of a make-or-break play for Kraken here. They've got to kill this Minotaur while they can.
K's
they can't afford to lose K. I don't think they can afford to give up these points, but I think they're going to lose him anyway. He's smoking now, but he's the one...
He's got to get lucky.
Spotting the Minotaur?
Yep.
He's got to get lucky with these bounces. So many ricochets.
There it goes.
Doesn't matter. They've got to get this Minotaur off the board. The game ends in 40 seconds. They do get him. They retain the 2-ship lead.
Wow.
But QCN still wins in 2 minutes.
I think SFNL is going to be moving on to the B cap. At least that's what I'd be calling for. He's got to move forward.
They've got to get somebody onto that B cap.
Yep. Team damage.
QCN is still...
They have time to do it, but it's got to happen.
Yeah, Sapin's position is okay. He's not in any threat of getting blapped by Tedster.
Oh no, Ken.
So,
Torpedo salvo's coming in on 404, and Ken is going to eat a bunch of these. He's going to take.
Is that going to be enough?
Oh,
it might be 4.
He can take 4.
Oh.
He takes 3, but he does survive it.
A little bit of a desync there. Yeah, and SFNL is now racing on to the B cap here, moving away from the rock. He will be able to get there before QCN generates 1,000 points. So, but if I was Kraken, I'd have somebody go back to the C cap. I know there's not going to be much vision there, but just because it's going to get flipped, of course.
Yeah, you can't give that up.
But they are. They're going to leave the Summers in their backfield. I really question this play, especially like why send 3 ships to the B cap.
Well, maybe they're just banking on getting a kill down south because that Ohio is there, and obviously the Moskva and the Bourgogne are. Well, they're still out of range. It's 24 kilometers.
They're radaring SFNL right now to see him. They got him spotted as he crosses through the middle of the map, but they have no shells on him. Who's the razor? The margin here is so razor thin. If they kill Ted, QCN wins the game, right?
Yep. Absolutely, and he's back in smoke. So
and there's the Summers now flipping the C cap.
Yeah,
they've got to get somebody reoriented to go back to C and drive him off.
Yeah, and I really think the Moskva could have been the one that did that, just turning around and just at the very least staying on the C cap, even if you don't get a kill or anything.
That threat of the radar is it.
60 seconds on the timer.
Oh, Petro.
Kraken will tick up before that happens. Nope. SQCN now wins in 30 seconds.
Stalin!
Myth, look at Stalin.
Oh no, he's down to 2K.
Oh my goodness, if they kill the Stalin, that's going to end.
They need it. They need it. 986.
Come on, they got it.
Oh,
4 seconds.
There it is.
Ted is on 800 health. Is he going to live?
Oh my god. Oh, another death pick.
With the last Kraken with the last-second kill on the Stalin.
Oh,
man.
Battleship in the game.
Why did he move forward like that?
Wow.
I don't know. I was so focused on Ted because he went down to 812, and then I look up and the Stalingrad's just eating shit from his port or starboard side. Yeah. Whew.
Holy cow! Holy cow! What a game! Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Jeez.
I guess that. I don't know. Was it the Bourgogne that slapped the Stalin? Because I know SFNL got right there at the end. He repositioned and got some. He at least got the kill.
I think it was.
I think it was SF that slapped him both times because Vermicelli in chat. We're going to take our break now. Because I saw that, like, the Stalingrad as SF moved to B, right? The Stalin moved around that island, or at least moved up to radar him to try to catch him vulnerable. No, they knew he was going to have to cross that gap.
Yeah.
But he didn't get there in time. He got the radar off, but he wasn't able to get shells into SF before SF got into the cap. And then he just continued forward as the guys, they sent Arrow 404 back to the north, and then of course SF reoriented to the south and punished that Stalin.
Mm-hmm. Man, there was a lot going on there. That was
wow.
Whew.
I gotta say, it felt like QCN with a throw early, right here, take our destroyer, and then
Kraken, right? Yeah.
Kraken with the throw mid game, basically saying, "Yeah, we got your destroyer, but we're not gonna do anything about it. We're just gonna hang.
Yeah. We're just gonna let you have your board control. Have fun.
And we're gonna let you kill our caller Verm, and then like at the end, both teams are like." They're like pushing each other, like, here, you win. No, you win. No, you win. You know what I mean?
You realize we watched a game like that just last weekend with Sewer and 5D, right? It was like, you win. No, you win. No, I'm going to throw. No, I'm going to throw. So hold my beer. I'm going to throw this game.
Look at the chat right now. My chat is says, imagine being handed the game and then throwing, good job, QCN. Like, he's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I just, see... You guys know me. I'm always kind of reluctant to say it was a throw because generally a throw, like somebody has to do something incredibly dumb.
Oh yeah.
But the only problem is like trying to go back to the memory bank. There was so much going on at the end. I need to see what moved the Stalingrad out of that position because I don't think that he was just going to be like, yeah, screw it, let's just start driving out. You know.
Honestly,
but I don't know. I don't know.
He moved up voluntarily. Ted's position. Ted could no longer fire effectively down south because if he did, he was dead. Right? Even in smoke, they would have spotted him. So the Stalin moved up looking for cross shots through the middle of the map. He got. I won't say he got greedy because I think that's a little unfair.
Correct.
But that's what he was doing. He was looking for cross shots because he knew at one point SF was vulnerable. As he crossed through to get to the B cap, and the Stalin moved up to try for that shot. I watched the Stalingrad radar SF as he moved through that gap. But he was too far. He wasn't able to get shots. No one had shots on him.
Right.
Ohio might have taken a pot shot, but it didn't matter. SF obviously survived.
Yeah.
I love the comment right now. We're watching as Ken just took the torpedoes, and Shoei07 says Ken was wrong.
All right, I'm going to run a quick ad break in between games here, and then I'll be right back for some more commentary.
Good idea. I shall do the same. Ooh, boy. You know what?
Man.
I'm wondering if it's time for the dirty water.
After that game, I almost wish I had some dirty water. Holy bejesus.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in part of the ad break, thanks for everything. I need some dirty water.
Absolutely.
Be right back.
Absolutely.
My goodness.
So Sneaky,
what's up?
You've played Crash Zone Alpha, right? And you've played Crash Zone Alpha in King of the Sea. Tell me, like, overall, first of all, what ships have you played on this map? And overall, what's your opinion of it?
Well, I'll be able to give you more of the opinion than the ships because, with all due respect to my clanmates, I don't want to reveal too much strat-wise.
No, that's fine. I was actually meant earlier events, right? Did you play? What did you play last King of the Sea? Is kind of where.
No, we did. Because it's been in here, I think, since Kots 9, I believe. So,
I'm watching. And by the way, I'm watching the replay. I'm watching the stream catch up to us. It was the Burgonia that slapped that Stalingrad at least once, and then SF got the kill.
So that map is very corner based. So you know, a lot of times in competitive, like the good teams, you'll see them try to get out wide and get cross shots and whatnot. And that map really kind of channels, if you're the northwest spawning team, going down the 1 and 2 line, using those islands and then pushing around. Just as a general thing, not just with my clan, but just in general, a lot of teams like to try to push that corner. And that's why I made that comment. It just seems so odd. Like, they had the momentum, they killed the destroyer, they had the Ohio on the ropes, and I just felt like a nice push right there. They could have really done some damage, because the Kremlin could have also just poked his nose around the corner and you know, dug that Des Moines out of place. Now, ships in that location, Des Moines, of course, Russian radars at that corner where the Stalingrad was, Petro. You know, those are pretty standard picks. I know that when the Smolensk was allowed, there were a lot of Smolensks just kind of chilling south of the ACAP, and that was kind of the counter to pushing around. You could just pop a Smolensk there, and as long as you had spotting, it could just, you know, farm all that. But yeah, that map really, it sets up for a nice push around. It just it was interesting that I felt like they really had the momentum there. And I mean, obviously things we don't know, so we don't have an alternate universe to peek into, but I really feel like they could have done that. And then for the north side, it's a lot more open water, but also, as you saw what Quebec did, you know, they had the Petropavlovsk go all the way up the 10 line and around the islands, and Des Moines are also good in that location too. It's really good to kind of I guess, to visualize, like, spread your arms out really wide and just try to, you know, give a big hug to the enemy team, I guess, would be a decent way to describe it. So
yeah, okay.
But also BB's Ohio's a great pick there because of the secondaries, and if you get, like where the Kremlin was down south, if the Ohio's there, it can get, you know, secondaries into that radar location. That's a good pick. And I didn't mind the Bourgogne either. So
no, I tell you, man, I personally do not like Bourgogne, right? That's just me. However, when you see experienced teams play that ship, we watched PWP use it last event. Experienced teams understand how to use that ship and when to push the reload button and how to, you know, which shell selection to use and everything. They get a lot of good work out of that ship, playing it like what amounts to a giant oversized cruiser.
Well, our resident BB main on TWA, Angelstone, he loves taking his Bourgogne, and it's the same thing. Now, of course, he has, you know, the skill to take advantage of it, but you're right, that reload booster in the right spot is an absolute game changer. Because sure,
absolutely.
You know, your shells, I think they're 15-inch, but it doesn't matter, because if you get it in the right position, you can just absolutely crush people with it. And then also the HE, and we saw Ken using the HE on the Kremlin, and that's great because obviously it's going to have enough pen for that. So, you know, I thought his play overall was pretty good in that ship. And, you know, like you said, if you can take advantage of it, it offers some pretty decent utility. Of course, it's not going to tank, but on a flank, on a non-pushing flank, it's a great ship to have.
Indeed. Well, looking through some results from other matches that we have not seen, GGWP did defeat the Buenos Noches second team. That was RPF. They won that match 2-1 down in Group K. They are right now playing KSD. All the other number 1 seeds won their various matches. So some of these, I won't call them expected results, but I tell you one result that surprises me, Zath, RNG has looked really good this event. We saw RNG on back in Swiss, and they won their first match of the day, 2-0. They dropped their first game to 5D3. They're down a game right now in their best of 3. So I'm a little surprised to see that because RNG has not lost much this event. So I'm curious to see. I'll be curious to go back and watch that game later and see how that was going.
And I'm sure you guys remember a couple Kots ago, they actually made it to the Final Four. I think it was Kots 9, or maybe it was 10. You know, they advanced very deep in the tournament. Yes. So this is a team that's very capable.
I think you're thinking of TNG.
No, RNG for sure.
No.
No? Yeah, let me go check my folder real quick.
We had TNG and SCCC in the top 4 back in Kots 9, I want to say. That sounds right. It might have been 8.
Let me see. Not 10.
It wasn't 10. It was the one before that, or it was one of the 2 right before that, wherever they were.
Yeah, RNG. They made it to the semifinals when they finally ran into. It was the one that 07 and Cuter were in the finals in.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, I got the Kots 9 tournament page up right now.
I believe you. I just don't remember it. Well, I mean, they've never been a bad team. Never been a bad team, unquestionably.
No.
So okay,
and I believe you. And they all they always seem, at least recently, to finish pretty high in, whatever the clan battles format is too. So, what we're trying to say is they're a really good team. So yeah, I agree with that. That's surprising to see that they dropped. The first game.
All right, both teams ready. Both teams here. Kraken has had to make at least one player change. It looks like Ken had a power outage, so they have had to replace Right You Are Ken in their lineup.
Oh wow. Good timing. It happened just then instead of a couple minutes earlier.
After the game, instead of a couple minutes earlier, right? But anyways, Ken has been replaced, and other than that, it looks like both teams. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like both teams are about the same. Of course, we can't see ships yet. I'm just looking at names on the roster, and so we're just waiting at this point for the refs to give us the go-ahead to launch Game 2 as we head to North. So, Zath.
Yes.
That was an exciting game.
It was, and I need to apologize. Apparently, when I run the ad, it doesn't actually go on the timer. It just cut right into the end of the match. So a bunch of people that were watching, and I'm very sorry for that, guys. A bunch of people missed the end because of that. So I'm going to have to be much more cognizant of that moving forward.
So the way I run ads on a delay, I have it built into my Stream Deck so that I push a button and a timer starts, and the ad runs 5 minutes after I push the button. So the ad lineup, the ad runs in my stream lined up with when I talked about it. But I have to use the Stream Deck for that functionality. Otherwise, like you say, if you just push the button in your Twitch thing, it's just going to drop. It's going to just stop you and run the ad. But your viewers are 5 minutes behind you.
Right.
All right. So it looks like we're waiting on the results of another. I'm not sure why we're waiting on another game. I guess they're trying to sync drop both games simultaneously.
Perhaps.
That's he said they were waiting on the Kuma and Piojo match, which is 1-0. I'm guessing he's waiting on them to be ready. I'm not sure. Kuma won game 1 over there.
Okay.
And now we're going to go see the tiebreaker match in Group I when we're done. So right now, CAST and NACL, are playing the winners bracket. Ego and RBMK are playing the losers bracket. So the winner of that Ego and RBMK match will move on to whatever we're going to see next. And then the loser of CAST and NACL will move down to our next match as well. So we're going to be changing groups when this match is over in whatever form that takes. Look at QC in chat giving Special K some props. QC is basically saying K gave us a run for our money at B, and K told them that they charged him too many hit points for that little bit of water.
Very nice.
All right, so it looks like when Verm is back and ready, we'll be dropping into this game on
Flipped, of course.
North.
Yeah, you can't give that up.
But they are. They're going to leave the Summers in their backfield. I guess I should do a giveaway, but at this point, I think it's probably going to have to wait until after this game. Especially like why send 3 ships to the B cap? Likely.
Well, maybe they're just banking on getting a kill down south because that Ohio is there, and obviously the Moskva and the Burgoyne are. Well, they're still out of range. It's 24 kilometers.
They're radaring SFNL right now to see him. That was exciting. I'm glad we're getting a little bit of crosses through the middle of the map.
I'm rewatching the ending on my stream right now.
Yeah, I did too. I rewatched the end of it when my stream caught up. And by the way, it was Ken that killed the Stalin. QCN wins the game, right?
Yeah.
With the Burgoyne.
Absolutely. He's back in smoke. So
man, they got such good mileage out of that ship in that match.
No, I'm literally. I pulled up the video and we're rewatching it right now because we cut off. That's not fair to my viewers, so I'm
just turning around and just at the very least staying on the sea cap, even if you don't, get a kill or anything.
I'll see you guys on
the radar.
60 seconds on the timer.
Or Petro. Not a.
Kraken will tick up before that happens. Nope.
Yeah, on the video, see after.
Wins in 30 seconds.
At least Stalin!
Look at Stalin. I'm not doing the video. We're watching the ending. I'm skipping the video.
They need it. They need it. 986.
Come on, they got it. 4 seconds.
Ted is on 800 health. Is he gonna live?
Oh my god. Oh, another death pick.
Kraken with the last second kill on the Stalin.
Oh
man.
Battleship in the game.
Why would he move forward like that? All right, I am caught up. I am back.
All right. Well, good thing we'll be into the game basically in seconds here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of this best-of-3 match between Kraken and QCN. Disregard what my overlay says. QCN, for some reason, is not on the list, so we're picking their cousin clan, but it's close enough. Zaf, talk to me about the Kraken lineup.
Well, so the Kraken lineup, we've got Tedster in an Ohio this time. Now, Tedster loves the Ohio, and
he's much happier.
He's much happier in the Ohio and the Montana, so I'm interested, seeing that. And then we've got Bismarck bot now in the Yamato, along with Verm in Des Moines, SF now in the Des Moines. So Griefer has taken over the Russian cruiser position with the Nevsky. Hanger is still in the Moskva, and we've got Gehring and Double Summers again.
Now, one of the things that I note about this lineup, Zaf, there's no Stalingrad on this lineup, and it's interesting to me that they've opted for a Nevsky. We haven't seen a lot of Nevsky in this tournament so far, so.
No, we haven't. It can't stealth radar, which is a good thing, and I'm kind of upset that the Petro is able to. But regardless of that, I see that White Symphonia is also dropping another smoke screen, and it just seems odd because it kind of gives away like intentions, and I don't think that those ships behind, like the Moskva and the Nevsky, they don't need that smoke screen to stay undetected. So
actually, well, maybe the Moskva probably would, because Zinke is pushed far enough up that he could absolutely spot him. They're taking shots. They're taking shots at Hanger Not Found right now.
Then it must have been just at the very brief end there, because I saw him get within 14.1 kilometers, so it must have just been briefly, but okay, very well.
Yep, and that's why.
Okay, that's why. Yeah. Okay, well, my apologies. It seems...
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the Moskva is skirting that island. Maybe if he was a little bit more north, but of course you do run the risk of running into that invisible wall on the end of that little peninsula there, so okay, fair enough.
QCN bringing in Ohio of their own, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moskva. They also have a Nevsky, double Stalingrad, opting for a Gehring and a Summers. They start the game with about 100,000 HP advantage.
Yeah, and Griefer here is going into the smoke for Akazuki Kai. Oh goodness. Monster hits again.
These Stalingrads, I think, I'm afraid, are going to have their way, and Symphony's about to take a torpedo. Symphony's going to take a torp.
Two big bites out of Griefer and the Moskva, so...
Yeah, this eastern flank of Kraken giving up a lot of health already.
Yeah.
They're trying to push Griefer's Nevsky up to get Zinke off the cap. They did succeed in that, at least.
And, that's the perfect start that QCN needed. They lost a really close game. It was going either way, and then they come out right here in Game 2, and they already put a lot of damage on the board, so...
Yep.
Yeah, they've chunked those ships down very quickly here.
Yeah.
Now, Zinke might actually end up taking a torpedo of his own if he's not careful.
No, he's going to slow down, I think. Yeah, he'll be good.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll pull the handbrake and find a hole. There you go.
But seems like Kraken's trying to get something going on the east side with the Summers and the Des Moines.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But Griefer can't really stick around where he is right now. He's got to move.
Well, they know that one of the destroyers was at B, right? I don't believe they've spotted the destroyer that is on A, but they know he was there briefly. So Kraken should be able to know that there is no destroyer at C, at least not at the moment. Now, I'm going to check. Let's have a look here. I'm betting... Nope, I was wondering if the Gehring was rotating that direction. He's not. Well, he kind of is. He's playing behind the Kremlin. He's over here on the G line.
For Griefer. He's going to have to make a move here within maybe 10-15 seconds. See, I don't know if those are spotted yet. I don't think so.
I also don't know if they have the range. I assume that they must, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's still sitting there. Okay, now the engine's going, so I think perhaps...
He's got a gap if he can make it.
The Nevsky is clumsy, but it does look like he should. Yeah.
He's got it.
He's fine.
He's got to pull the brake now. He's going to be okay.
Yep. There's the radar for the other QCN Nevsky moving, it appears in reverse. Yeah, kind of going ass in near the A cap, so...
Symphonia working the top end of the B cap, maybe trying to get down there, but he's got to be a little cautious. He doesn't know that there's a Des Moines lurking on the bottom end of that cap circle. They have no vision of it right now.
And I'll be honest with you guys, QCN's position right now is pretty good because Tetster, Vermicelli, and K are going to have to make something happen on the 9-10 line. But look at all of those QCN ships. I mean, they even got the Kremlin, up there right next to the island.
I'm not sure I like this 9-10 line play. I mean, maybe they've got a way to make it work that I don't know. But every time we see teams try this, it almost never seems to work.
Well, they're going to need Tetster to get into the fray. Yeah. They're going to need to activate Ted.
Here comes Zinky Summers onto the bottom end of the cap. Griefer spotted by Zinky, turning away so he can try and avoid the incoming Stalingrad and Ohio fire.
Yeah.
His radar up, but they do not have eyes on Zinky. He's out of range for the radar to pick up the Summers on the bottom end of A.
He's 12.5 away, so yeah, just slightly. But those, obviously, the Moskva and the Nevsky, they took so much damage early that now, QCN, they're going to get this cap, of course, for sure.
Symphonia now into B. That should draw Sapin's attention in his Des Moines. Let's see what he does. He was reversing. Yep, here comes his engine. He's going to come right around the corner and be right in Symphonia's face, I think.
Oh, and he's 6.5, 6 kilometers. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be that
I think Symphonia's just realizing it. Yeah.
FBI, open up! Yep.
Yeah.
FBI open up indeed. Symphonia now radared at what amounts to basically point-blank range.
Yeah. Yep.
See if he's going to be able to get out of dodge here. Should be able to. But obviously he's going to eat quite a bit of his remaining hit points just trying to maneuver out. So.
Yep. He's burning, but he's realized that there's no point in putting the fire out for the moment until he's got some cover.
And man, QCN is really rolling up this A side. I mean, they can take that Ohio, Stalingrad, Nevsky, and they can really do whatever they want with it.
Symphonia finally does get away, sneaks away on about a quarter of his HP. But the Kraken eastern flank really, really not looking good. They gave up a ton of health early, and the situation hasn't improved.
And I loved this rotation for SPA 654's gearing for QCN, going all the way to the 10 line to keep that vision angle available. Mm-hmm. And then also the Stalingrad has also repositioned. And I really like, again, QCN's got a very strong set of spots on this 7 line to the east. And now Kraken is really on the 8 ball here because they're down, 250? And they're ticking 2 caps, so...
7.5 minutes gone. Kraken down nearly 300 points. They own no caps. They're way down on HP. Well, still that 100,000 gap has basically remained as they just don't, right at the moment, it doesn't feel like they have a really solid plan to get in and make a play somewhere.
I think they're going to have to activate the Yami here, Bismarck bot.
He doesn't seem to have been very effective where he is.
No, and I understand that opening position because you can't get those cheeky, cross-map shots on the approach to A. But now that QCN has moved up, there's no more room for that. So yeah, they're gonna have to activate him, and it looks like he's turning to go on B.
Symphonia taking a big risk there, getting spotted once again by the Des Moines, but sneaks into hard cover, doesn't take damage.
Yep.
It looks like they might, I think they're gonna drive Bismarck into B.
Yeah, for sure. But those guys over at A, Griefer and Hanger, they're going to have to keep those guys from being able to turn the corner. And actually, based off of QCN's position, I don't even know if they're going to even bother pushing north. They can just keep that Zinky's Somers out there spotting, and they don't really have to do anything crazy here.
Let's say at this point, QCN doesn't need to do anything but sit still. It's completely on Kraken to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you can see them reorienting to try. They're trying to put a lot of pressure on Captain Deadpool's Moskva here on the south side of C, but I'm not sure Vermi's going to win this trade.
Yeah, obviously the rate of fire is going to help. We'll see. If the Moskva gets lucky and starts knocking out turrets, it's going to make it impossible for sure. But also the other Des Moines, Sapin's getting some shots too.
But we're nearing the halfway mark of the match, and Kraken is running out of time. They're 400 points down. They do finally get on to B. Symphonia basically trying to work this gap that gives him an escape route into this little channel. Sapin puts up his radar, so they know now what's in B. They can see Bismarck taking his position in the middle of the map. Now that's going to give Bismarck some interesting shots as well.
Yeah, and Verm cannot move any more further forward because Sapin will... Oh no, yeah, Sapin's going to have shots if he gets his guns turned, which I'm sure is coming here shortly.
Oh yeah.
And Symphonia... Uh-oh.
Oh,
Just took
wow.
a chunk there.
Symphonia's
Nevsky's
out.
got him.
That's
And
it.
there he goes. Kraken losing their first ship of the game. Symphonia's gearing going down here.
Ted's
They're
still
going
trying to
to
get the kill.
They're going to get Captain Deadpool in return. There goes Vermi.
Yep.
Is he going to trade with Deadpool? He doesn't.
Nope.
Deadpool is on 900 HP.
Yeah. But that's okay, because of course when you're winning, if you trade evenly, it's not a big deal, really.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, you don't care.
Yeah.
Tedster's secondaries do finish off the Moskva for Kraken's first kill of the game, as it does look like for the moment they're going to bag B. Although Sapin is trying to move up on Bismarck's broadside, Bismarck sitting in the cap ready and waiting for this opportunity.
Look how far spread out Kraken's ships are just because of that early damage that was taken.
Oh! Sapin goes
boy.
down
You
to
have 7
HP.
7.
Went down to 7 HP, and now the Yamato's secondaries get into the game.
But he's going to be able to chunk.
Bismarck is taking a ton of damage, but they are going to get him off the board. It's now, I'll say Ted's secondaries get into it from the Ohio.
Jeez, Ted's going to go down.
Kraken trying to make some plays here, but it feels like it's
Yeah.
going to come too little too late.
Yeah, because there's no way
through
Cheney's
B.
going to die.
They pushed through through C without capping it.
Oh my god, you're right.
Ted is going to burn out here momentarily.
Yeah.
K does look like he's retreating back to the north to pick up C.
Yeah. But now SFNL is just in a
SF is basically
compromised.
hung out to dry, more or less.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, compromised position. That'd be a good way to put it.
They
So.
can see him. They got him on radar now. I'm not sure anybody's going to have shots on him. Even the Stalingrad is too far away. The Nevsky's got shots coming in, but if I'm Cheney, all I do is push up around the corner into SF's face and just wreck him.
Bismarck's looking for a shot on Cheney. I don't know if that angle is going to be receptive to Citadels.
We'll find out.
He does have a
No.
shot. He
Not-
misses.
Nope.
Cheney flips his engines around.
Yeah.
Bismarck takes a chunk in return. Cheney also takes a torp and a flood.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah, Kraken's just going to have to magically find a way to start killing stuff here.
Well, like right now, SF actually has an opportunity to jump forward and outturn the turrets of the Kremlin, but he's now
but
lost
he's
that
given it up.
opportunity. Yep.
Yeah, he's given it up. He had it, but he's lost it now.
He's going for it now, but
Looks like he's going for the ram,
No.
or is he trying to get around him? No, he is trying to get
Okay.
around him.
so he will be able to get around. But I don't know if can the Des Moines turrets turn that quickly. I don't think so.
They are
No?
trying, but it looks like he's given up. He's just going to keep moving forward and as the Stalingrad's going to take a chance to try to finish him off.
Yeah. So now they finally will be.
Yep. I think he's aiming. Yeah, he's aiming mid, and he's probably shattering.
He's got to be careful because that stern turret is about to come around.
Oh.
Yeah.
There it is. But he bounces him. They're gonna
Admiral.
He should be aiming at
Yeah.
at the butt. He's
They're
not.
going to get
There it
Cheney
is.
as he now SF's got to flip his guns.
Admiral Oliver gets away on 2,500 HP over
Yep.
on the H1 line. They
see
needed
that.
that kill.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I see that. Despite being down almost 600 points, technically they're not completely out of this game yet, but man, they got a lot of ground to make up.
Nakazuki's getting radared, I presume, and also taking secondary hits from the Ohio. So
I'm not sure who he's getting radared by. Nobody's in range. Even the Nevsky's at the extreme edge of the
extreme,
Nevsky
yeah.
radar range.
There goes
and as
SF.
expected, SFNL goes down. So
Yep.
With SF's death, that ought to seal this, right? Like, K can pick
Yeah.
up C, but he cannot defend it. There's no way he can keep them out of C. And SPA 654 is going to be on B momentarily. Yeah, we're going to game 3, fellas. I just don't see any way that they're going to get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
man, I really didn't think that that advanced QCN position with the Somers right at the start was going to be able to get the Moskva spotted, because like I really thought that if he was like really far up in C4 hugging the island that he should be able to make it, but that really set the tone for the game, honestly. Getting that big chunks at the start,
Well, I also think that maybe Symphonia's smoke came a little too early, right? If you notice that the shot that they got on the Moskva came as he moved, there was smoke, but the smoke didn't cover the complete gap, right? The last, I don't know, few hundred yards of that little channel were open and not covered, and that's where they saw the Moskva, because that's where Zinke had moved up far enough.
And it's always just that little bit. That's all you need is that one pixel, and boom, you're spotted.
Yep, and we know QCN's competent. You give them a window, and they certainly made him pay, and it looks like Hangar's going to kick the bucket here shortly.
Yeah, they've definitely proven their competence more than once in King of the Sea.
Oh, for sure. So, yeah, he's going to go down, and, yeah, on to game 3.
I'm getting so many death picks today.
Endless ship posting.
Very morbid fascination with death in World of Warships. Nobody's really sure why. It's totally a thing.
Endless shit talking. That's all you need, you know. You just gotta roast your buddies. So, and Griefer's gonna go out here honorably.
Griefer's gonna sell his ship dearly, but it will not make a difference. When he dies, that will be the end of the game.
Do you think his ship sinks upside down too?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how that works.
There's the death pick.
All right.
Well,
yeah, QCN looking good.
QCN looked fabulous wall to wall in that match, tying it up here to game apiece, forcing a game 3.
That's right. I'll tell you what, Kraken just did not look good that game.
No, they really didn't. They really didn't.
From the start, that was a way too aggressive approach with the Moskva and the Nevsky, and they paid the price for that right off the bat.
No, so here's the thing, right? Like, they obviously realized that that was an aggressive play. With the smoke that you see Symphonia putting up early signifies they acknowledge the risk that they're taking.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like the mistake there is not the Nevsky and the Moskva position. I think it's that the smoke came too early, right? And didn't cover them when they really needed to cover, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because again, you get a nice chunk or a couple bites out of ships early on, and you're feeling really good. Absolutely. As the one who's done this for forever, and you guys, I know you've done your comp before. You get a big hit early, and you're already feeling like, all right, let's go, boys, we got this. So.
Yep. All right, I'm going to take a quick ad break here, getting ready for the next game. It's going to take them a few minutes, and while I do all that runs, I'm going to go get some giveaways done.
There you go.
Let that chew in the background while I finish up this giveaway. Manage this, and let's draw some names.
Well, I do have a few results. Sur ended up winning in their second set of games of the day, so they're officially moved on.
Okay,
so
excellent.
They got their 2-0. PN and AP is in game 3 for whoever's going to come first out of Group H. And as we expected, that was going to be a good one. QQ7, 2-0-2-0. Star Brazil, 2-0-2-0. PEDS 2, 2-0-2-0. So all of those teams have won their games, and they are done for the day. So
that's a good feeling. I mean, all two of you guys plus me, we've all done this kind of competitive, right? And to say we're 2-0, we got this, we're moving on, we can go back to our normal lives. Like it's just whew.
Your day's over.
All
you
that
go 2-0, you're done. You can log out and be done for the day.
Or if you're the really competitive type, you can then go on Twitch and watch some of the other action, and maybe you're going to watch against a team that you're going to be playing against if you know that that's going to happen, or just kind of look at what some of the other clans are doing and looking at their strat and stuff. So it's a big advantage for sure.
Yep.
So and also KIA took game 1 against the new TNG, if you want to call it that. At least it is to me, with all the guys that left. So
you mean the new guys? Right.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
That was bad. I've come to expect a certain low level quality of joke from Zath. He's not disappointing today.
Okay,
well done,
how about TRNG, the really new guys?
It just gets better, doesn't it?
I'm here all day, guys.
How much dirty water is it going to take before your jokes get good, Zath?
I don't know. I'll tell you what though. My Munchen review was approved from.
That's good.
It's good, but I'll tell you what. Right? I was watching it and I'm just like, holy crap! I had so much dirty water last Sunday.
Wow, I was totally drunk when I did this review. It was amazing.
Yeah, guys, buy this ship. Yeah. I don't know. It was just. But I got approved.
Hey, there you go.
I by the way, guys, I love that Wargaming supports the CCs with this. So those of us that have large enough channels like Raptor and myself, we have the ability to review ships, and talk about what's good about them, what's bad about them, and then Wargaming looks at our reviews, and as long as we do the basics, right? We identify it was provided to us for free for review purposes. We cover the pros and the cons and all that kind of stuff. We get the ability to give one away to all of you fine people, and that's just so freaking awesome.
Indeed, part of my thing is, Zap, I'm so lazy, I almost never do that. I really should, right? But I don't, because I'm just lazy.
I hear it. It's so we have to record the video. We gotta post it, and then of course we have to get it approved. And there's a process behind that. So you're right. It is a decent amount of work, but I'm all about, and I know you are too, getting free stuff out to everybody, spending Wargaming's dime. So I'm very happy that we can get that out there.
Confirmed, Sea Raptor is not a wholesome gentleman.
You knew that. You've known that for a long time. You've known that for a long time. This shouldn't shock you.
There ain't many screws loose with you, buddy.
Well, one tries. But honestly, some of what it is that I in my brain I have a standard for what I want to do for a ship review, right? And it would take me a lot of time, not like Little White Mouse levels of time, because by the way, if you don't read her reviews or subscribe to her reviews, you're missing probably the person who does the best job reviewing ships in all of World of Warships. The trick is that the way she does it is a huge time investment for her, right? It takes her, I'm gonna say probably 20 hours to do a proper ship review, if not longer. The graphics and everything, she does a lot of work. So for me, like, it wouldn't take me nearly that long, but I would want to sit down and play a few games and then try to record those games and then clip out some interesting sections, and then I'd do a section where I talk about the ship and port, and do a section where I talk about a little bit of the gameplay and everything. And man, that's I've never actually attempted to do one. I came close. I was gonna do one for Siegfried. I literally had all these games recorded and everything, and I just never stopped and did it because it's a lot of work, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and what you're talking about is you're about your level of quality that you want to assure it gets put in every video release. Like, I'm right there with you. I've had reviews of ships and stuff where I looked at that and I'm like, that was garbage. Like, can I do it over again? But then at the same time, I just don't have the time to redo it. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yep. I hear you.
It's tough. Guys, if we make this look easy and good, then we're doing it right. But there's a lot of work that goes into this. So
there is my main focus. I started a YouTube channel once long ago. Got a few videos in and just kind of dropped it like a bad habit. Picked streaming up, right, and have slowly kind of done a lot more with the streaming than I ever expected to, and then the YouTube has kind of played catch up. And I've done some good things. I can do making good videos here and there. I do some of that. But I'm not a full-time content creator. I have a job I work 45, 50 hours a week at, so it's tough to invest 20 hours of that week, let's say, into making a single video. My channel is not all that large, and so it's tough. So for me, I've kind of gone with let's just say quantity over quality a lot of the time. I take interesting clips off of Twitch; those become things. I've done that for both TIE Fighter and for World of Warships. And then every now and then I do a little commentary video or a fun replay of my own, and kind of wrap it up. Right? I should probably do more, but man, it's tough. It's a lot of work. Video editing is a lot more time consuming than I ever anticipated.
Yep. Oh yes. Yep. Oh yes.
And when you have a normal day job, I mean, forget it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's tough.
You work, I work, we come home. The last thing that we want to do is more work, right? So like, we're playing video games, we're relaxing, we're making dinner. There's just not enough hours in the day anymore.
Agreed.
Well, that's how kind of like for me when I was still doing the BIA channel. Like when I was in the military, of course, I get home from work, if you want to call it that, or and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to play video games and, do my videos and stuff. But then, once I got out of active duty and I come back home, it's like, okay, so I have a job, of course, and then go into school and stuff. And definitely the interest level started to wane a bit because, like you said, you just got to try to balance all these things. And even though it's, quote, fun work, sometimes you're just like, I'll push that back till tomorrow. And then you're like, I'll push it back the next day. And yeah, I know what you mean. I can definitely relate.
I've had videos on YouTube where I looked at it, I'm like, crap, I meant to release that like 2 weeks ago. Okay, here we go now.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It happens.
But I'm still the other thing I'm learning about YouTube. YouTube is much more challenging than Twitch to build an audience.
Oh yeah.
The difference is that Twitch is highly variable. Let's say, right? Like if you have a really good month and you're able to stream 3 or 4 times a week and you've got a good audience or a popular game and people are subscribing and donating bits or whatever, you can do okay on Twitch, right? But if you have a bad month, if you get busy or life kicks you in the teeth or you want to take a vacation, right? You're like not casting, taking a week off to not cast, that directly impacts your income. You talk to these guys that do it for a living, they'll tell you exactly what it's like. YouTube, for all its other many faults, is kind of constant income in the sense of once you post a video, it's up forever. And people might stumble across it even a year after you post it and watch it and go, oh, okay, this is interesting. And if your channel is large enough to have been monetized, hey, they sat through an ad, you got a few pennies for that. So over the course of building up a large catalog of videos, you create all these opportunities for just slow and steady income. But it's a lot of work to get there unless you're doing something, brand new or off the wall.
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like we're about ready to go here, guys, I think.
Yeah, both teams are queued up and ready. We're waiting on word from Pieces, I think, to check both teams and give us the thumbs up. But we should be going on to Game 3 here momentarily. This will be our first time seeing Land of Fire this tournament.
That's right. I'll tell you what, though.
I like being toxic. Nice.
Our referee is making a crack in
God
chat
damn.
I wish you guys could see chat. We'll talk about it in a minute, guys. Let's get into this
I'll
game.
let you guys see it real quick. Here we go.
At the extreme southern tip of South America lies an archipelago rich in history and diversity. Soon, these storied waters will play a host to a heroic clash between opposing forces, and the region will live up to its name. This is Land of Fire. Land of Fire is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from east to west. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. To the west, the island in the center of Capture Area A makes it a challenging cap to acquire early. Teams commonly park a radar cruiser in the cap to push away enemy destroyers while preventing either team from capturing the zone. Cap B in the center is wide open with plenty of ways in and out, and is initially the purview of competing destroyers. If combat shifts to an east-west axis, it's common to see some spectacular mid and late game pushes through the center of the map. On the right, Cap C and the islands to the east make a tempting target for teams looking for early cap points, but teams who invest too much firepower along this edge of the map may find themselves at an extreme disadvantage later in the game. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Land of Fire.
Welcome to Game 3 here. We are in the winner's bracket of Group G, Day 2. As Kraken and QCN have battled to a stalemate thus far, both teams winning a game as we deploy on Land of Fire.
Interesting.
Ooh, Zaf, talk me through the Kraken lineup.
So Tedster's decided that he wants to penetrate all the things, and he's taking a Yamato.
Not only that, but look closely at that Yamato.
He's got the steel camo, yeah.
Yes, he does. He brought his fancy steel camo.
Yep. It blinds us. It hurts us. And then we've got Verm in the Kremlin, which is interesting. We've seen him play.
In a battleship.
I'm sorry?
Curious to see Verm in a battleship.
It's actually quite common spotting Verm in a battleship as of last clan battle season. He played Ishmael for almost all of our games. We've got SF in the Salem, which is very interesting. It's got that little T-Rex style radar, so rar. Nav in a Moskva, and then Hanger and Grief are both in Nevsky's now. And then, of course, our...
Doubling down on Nevsky.
Our Sue Summers and Shima. And I didn't notice this before, but Whites is in a Shimakaze now, and he's running the 20-kilometer torpedoes.
Well, and we see a similar scenario at B setting up for Game 3 as we saw in Game 1 with Zinke and Admiral Oliver's Minotaur. K working the cap here as Zinke and the Minnow try to run him off and cap B. But now the interesting bit this time, Zath, if you look, Nevbot's Moskva is going to move up, and poor K is not going to be all by himself in this cap this time.
Torp's coming into the smoke for Admiral Oliver.
Surely he's got his Hydro up.
Yeah, and he's going to be fine. So since we're in Game 3 real quick, since we're still kind of moving to the opening positions, who you guys got?
They're going to hate me for this pick, but they almost didn't win Game 1.
Mm-hmm.
They got rocked in Game 2. Zath, Kraken has not looked all that good this series, right? They just really haven't.
So
now you see Nap getting some good damage into Admiral Oliver there.
Yep.
But I don't know. Right now, if I was a betting man, I'd be putting my money on QCN. Yep. I would. They've looked better the whole series.
Yep. I'll tell you what. One of the things that and we were talking about earlier. Oh, nice. You were talking to me about what to expect from Kraken. One of the problems that we have as Kraken, and it's a problem and it's also a bonus for us. Is we often rotate players in different ships. Like K, you almost always see in a destroyer, fair enough. But now you're seeing Verm in a battleship, and you even made that comment. It's weird seeing Verm in a battleship.
You've seen there in the series, kind of what I was mentioning.
No, right. But I'm just saying, in general, like a lot of people don't think of Verm as a battleship player for Kraken, plain and simple. So I think Kraken's difficulty is in building a strategy. I talked about earlier about how it requires a certain level of teamwork in order to pull off, but then you put people in different ships that they're not used to playing in that teamwork scenario, and it adds to the difficulty level for Kraken.
Well, despite picking up 3 destroyers, they still do not have a cap advantage here. K is working the top end of B. They've given up C, and they're absolutely going to give up A.
Yeah, the Des Moines moved on, of course.
They don't have the firepower to do anything about A. They have just the Shima and the Nevsky over here, and that is it. They seem very content to basically their deployment basically says,
I see it.
C.
I see it. Look at Spot. Look at Spot the gearing.
Is he radared?
No.
No torpedoes. Oh no. Is that gonna be 2? The dead.
2 or 1?
No,
just one.
Okay, so the desync.
Goodness gracious! Still a big hit.
Yeah.
This is what happened to Akizuki on the last game. You have to be very careful not to cross in front of a ship that you know has been spotted.
And the Stalingrad's going to need 2 torpedoes.
2 of those as well. That's actually big damage onto him.
Look at Griefer's positioning, guys. He's, I'd imagine, is completely stealth firing right now, for sure. And he's got the range for it, and he's probably been eating a lot of damage from him.
He is
actually flooding.
Stealth firing.
Milthus is flooding.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
If they can get him to light, they could bag this Stalingrad early. That'd be a huge kill. They do succeed in driving K off the B cap again. Milthus on 1200 HP. He's going out.
Done.
Wow.
Nope.
He saved it.
Oh.
441 HP. Can they see him?
No,
they cannot.
They can't.
They cannot see him. They have no vision on him right now.
Griefer should just keep spamming that if I were him.
I would too.
He gave up.
He gave up?
Yeah, now there's the heal. Dang.
Oh.
They're getting really good hits into K as he runs out of the B cap.
So I'll tell
There's
you.
Torps too.
One of the things about both of us being members of Kraken is we know that they're going to watch the stream afterwards, and when they see how close they were to killing Milthus, oh my goodness.
We got some shenanigans near the Fidget Spinner Island, as gloriously said by Virtual Senpai. The Moskva of Deadpool is now going to be completely stuck there, and Verm is going full speed ahead in the Kremlin, so there's always some shenanigans going on there. But of course, Kraken, they're down 3 caps, and we all know how quickly this stuff ticks, so they're going to have to do something here extremely quickly.
They got 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes.
They're on the clock. They've got less than 4 minutes to make a play. It looks like they've got eyes on Milthus again. They do.
Yeah.
They see him now. He's popped a heal. He's up to 12,000, but he's got shells coming in from everybody. They're really hunting that kill. They know they got to get him off the board.
Griefer's got the range mod, getting some decent hits in there, but they got to get this kill before his next heal is going to be up,
He's
for sure.
disappeared again.
And there's more torpedoes going in as well, although he's getting behind the island. but he's showing a beautiful shot to the Moskva.
Kanavbot's got to make this shot. Has to happen.
They lost him. They have no vision on him again. Backed up too far.
Yep.
Okay. Special K is only 14.6 away, just barely out of the detection. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're already at 612 points. They gotta hurry.
They drive Akizuki Kai off the C cap yet again.
Yep.
As K Summers makes an aggressive push to get into B here.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Now this might be big. Zinky is gonna eat it. No. Oh, he's gonna barely dodge one. But
Very close.
This is incredibly risky for K. He's well into this cap. There's a Minotaur right there. Now, the Yamato would have shots, right? That's
radar.
Once again, they're trying to get Milfas off the board on 11,000 and falling as shells come in.
Yeah, but he should be able to get away unless the RNG salvos are just insanity. Because he's going to get out of range of everything, except for the Ami, of course. But the Ami doesn't have a shot, so...
Torp's coming in on Verm. He'll be okay. He may take one.
Cat and mouse game continues at B. Zinky reversing into what might be another torpedo hit. Zinky's going to take one of these. He might take two. He just takes the one.
Oh!
Verm's got a... Oh, yes.
That's
Zinky on 3,500 HP as Oliver comes up around the island to try and guard him.
3 minutes, 50
Kraken
seconds.
is definitely trading HP much better in this one.
Yes,
they just got to get these frags. They got to get the frags.
Very well. They are going to pick up the C cap. Akizuki finally does manage to bag the C cap. They've got the Moskva. That's Deadpool incredibly low.
Gearing's coming in for smoke.
Way off the map. He's very low.
I'll tell you what.
There's a rear turret from Ted.
If I was Kraken, I'd be sending whites into A. Even though there's a Des Moines there, you gotta stop the point gain.
They really should. Like, why not? Who's going to take shots on him? The Des Moines would have to come around the corner to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them activate Griefer and Hangers, Nevskys, because they got all their HP. They can maybe start pushing in and, tanking a little with HP.
K gets hammered as the Moskva opens up. Sorry, as the Minotaur opens up, but here come the Moskva shots.
Just out of dodge of the Ohio, though. Whew, because it was in secondary range. K got lucky that the island was tall enough to block that.
They are pushing Tedster into the middle of the map. I've kind of been waiting for that play to happen for a while. It is finally happening.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Moskva going to die? Deadpool's burning on 600 health for sure. Surely.
Oh,
yes.
Here we go.
There he goes.
That's huge.
First kill of the game does go to Kraken here as they manage to bag the Nevsky. Sorry,
Shimakaze. Look at Symphonia. See, this is where right now the push needs to happen, and Symphonia looks like he's going to go for a drive-by on the Des Moines.
Oh, wow.
I think he could probably get it, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's close enough now.
He has no backup. They do back to Gearing.
Yep.
We're going to watch this happen here.
Yep.
Is Symphonia naked?
No,
he's wearing one of those dark blue camos.
Okay.
Yep. If he's able to kill the Des Moines and not die, that would be fantastic for Kraken's fortunes, and it looks like that's going to happen. Maybe.
Oh, but he shot. He shouldn't have shot.
It's all right. He can smoke. There he goes. Yep. They have no radar to spot him. That Minotaur radar is down.
Yep.
White Symphonia not shooting until he sees the whites in his eyes.
Take Ted. There we go.
Perfect, Navbot. Nice shot from Navbot right there.
And now with a 4-ship lead, Kraken looking much more solid in their ability to win this game.
Yeah, they can throw Tedster right in the middle, right into B, and obviously there's going to be the support from K, even though it's on a little less HP, but also Kanavbot can move forward too. Yeah, they can get a full push going here, and they'll be fine.
That's the Tedster special, man. Shove. Beautiful. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Take that steel behemoth and shove.
QCN has played such a brilliant match, but it just kind of comes unraveled for them here in Game 3.
Yeah. Because they had really good position. They didn't accidentally get those 3 caps, of course.
I don't even know that they did anything wrong here. I think that the Kraken just finally played a complete game from the beginning rather than waiting till the end.
Yep.
Yeah, now they're going to flip that, so it's mostly over here. I mean, QCN, at this point, they just got to start picking up frags, but except for the 2 destroyers for Kraken, nobody is, in my opinion, in danger of dying.
Nope.
Really that low other than the Summers and the Shima, and they don't have to get spotted.
I mean, QCN needs a holy hand grenade of Antioch. That's what they need right now. Oh, Verm is ready for a shot on Sapin. Is he gonna get it? Sapin takes
Tester's going to be fine. Yami capping the B cap. That's fantastic. I love that.
you know he's laughing about that right now in voice comms.
Take a shot right here. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful kill.
Wipes him out with a beautiful salvo. As Kraken flips the entire board. A game they were once trailing nearly 400 points. They now have all the caps and a 5-ship lead.
Maybe 6 minutes? 5-6 minutes? It just flipped on its head, yeah.
Just about.
This is King of the Sea, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the way these matches go sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ted's got the shot on the Stalin.
About to see a little Summers on Summers action at C, maybe? Depends on where Zinky pops up here.
Let's see. About 6 here. No, just barely out of range, but...
Well, he could be the next kill if he stumbles into range of Akizuki.
Yeah. I think the next death is going to be the Stalingrad for
QCN.
QCN.
Yeah, I see Milfus. Yeah, look at Milfus back there. He's got Yamato shells going in.
Oh, there it goes. All right, who's the next death? I need a setup. I need a setup for a death pick. Where are we going? Philone? Let's Philone. I think it's Philone.
Yep, Kraken is going to claim Game 3 here. They're going to move on to Day 3 as well.
Their day is over.
Yep, their day will be over. QCN will drop to the losers bracket and have another chance to win another match. And if they can win that match, they will move on to Day 3 as well.
Yep. Yeah, that flipped immediately.
Yeah,
at least that's what it felt like, of course.
A much more complete game. And for me, one of the big game changers here, in my opinion, was that, on Crash Zone Alpha, they completely seeded the middle of the board and left Special K there by himself.
Yep.
On this map, they didn't do that. They left Nav in the middle, and he was able to help, and they held Tedster back far enough that he was able to work the middle as well, and that made a huge difference, giving K some cover at the B cap.
Well, that's about as clean. That's as clean as it's going to be, not losing a ship. So.
Yeah. Oh my God.
A flawless victory.
That's Kraken coming back and saying, we are here.
They are indeed. They look really good in that game. After a couple of rocky games to get to that point, Kraken moving on to Day 3 here in King of the Sea, North America.
I'll tell you what. A lot of good things I saw in that game. It felt like Kraken really practiced this map.
I would agree.
You know what I mean?
Those Nevsky firing position that Griefer had, you could tell. You could tell that they had put some thought into that, right? You take a range mark, you get it spotted, and they know, like, if you see Stalin or a Moskva, somebody's going to set up in that spot. And the Griefer's like, hey, look, I found me a little hole where I can sit here and shell you, and you can't do anything about it.
It's interesting because, in my opinion, the easier spawn on that map is from the south, and I don't think it's any coincidence that QCN was able to get that early cap lead because, in my opinion, I think it's easier to just to get your opening board position from that south side. But like something like a Des Moines being rushed down by a Shimakaze in the cap on A, like that to me, if I was in charge, like that would be a little unacceptable, because you got your radar, you got your hydro. I couldn't imagine that, they were both down at the same time. But just some unfortunate things that happened that QCN just really lost control there, and that, in about 5-6 minutes, it just flipped on its head really quickly. But Kraken did a good job of getting the damage in early, for sure, because that Stalingrad that was getting shot up by Griefer did, and then the Destroyer in B ate a torpedo, and, over time, that stuff really adds up, so.
All right, I want to run a quick... Actually, I'm going to wait on the ad break, because we're a little ways off from our next game, gentlemen. Group I is running a little behind everybody else. Those groups are all in the middle of playing their second game right now, so they're not going to be ready for us for a few more minutes. Looking over some early results, though, however, there is at least one interesting surprise, and that is that 5D3, the number 4 seed in Group A, has won Group A by defeating RNG 2-1. So RNG was the number 1 seed in that group. They have now dropped to the losers bracket where they are rematching against KS, who they swept out in their first game of the first match of the day.
And we do have another rematch in Group K with GGWP and the BN number 2 clan.
Indeed, GGWP was the number 3 seed, it looks like, and they dropped their winners bracket match to KSD, the number 2 seed, who now moves on to day 3. And then GGWP, as you say, rematching with RPF, and one of those teams is going home. That's going to feel awful because, man, those are 2 really good teams. I wonder who's casting that match. Who signed up to cast that match? Group K tiebreaker. Who's got that one? Duke. Looks like Stern and Duke. No. This says, I guess Duke is casting today. Sternbonk is the ref, so Duke must be casting today. So good for him. But that'll be a really, really good match. Let's see what else. What else is interesting? Sewer, the number 2 seed in Group J, has claimed that group. They'll be moving on to day 3. A ship drops to a losers bracket match. They have to play Apes now. SOL, also the number 2 seed in Group L, they will be moving on. As Peach will be rematching against NFJF. PN defeats AP 2-1, so they win Group H and force AP down to the losers bracket, where they'll be playing a match against the winner of Mibra and DHTS. AP already defeated Mibra in round 1, so we'll see how that comes together. Yeah. Just looking to see here. Anything else? Definitely some really good matches today. Go ahead, Zach.
While people are waiting, I'm just doing some co-op.
All right.
I gotta get my daily done, dude. It's that steel. For guys,
that's right.
20 steel times 2 per day. So 40 steel if you're in a clan that's got the steel booster. That's 44 steel a day. That adds up very quickly.
It does. All right, I'll take a quick ad break on my stream here for a few minutes while I get this most recent giveaway wrapped up, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, let's get this giveaway done here. Close this one out.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what, guys. So, again, for those of you that are viewers watching these streams, I'm sure many of you guys are looking at this saying, guys, these people are making textbook stupid decisions and mistakes. And you know what? You're right. But it's day 1 of the group stage, guys. This is when people make their mistakes. And on day 1 of group stage, it's all about how do you recover from those mistakes. And I think we saw in game 1, both teams made mistakes. And Kraken was able to minimize the impact of their mistakes while maximizing the impact of QCN's mistakes.
Well, they were in that game. Yep. They were in that game.
Exactly.
They certainly weren't able to do that in game 2.
And that's what I was just about to say. You're exactly correct. In game 2, Kraken made so many mistakes early, there was just simply no way that QCN could respond. Or sorry, that Kraken could recover. And that was an easy win for QCN. And then in game 3, Kraken got a bunch of really fortunate, I guess you could say, RNG rolls in a sense of they were able to land torpedoes in critical moments and critical locations, and they were able to press that advantage all the way to the end.
Well, another thing, of course, is when you're playing random battles, and let's say you're a pretty decent player and you're playing random battles, and of course the majority of the player base that you come across is going to be people that you should be able to outskill. But of course, when you get into this, kind of competitive environment, whether you're playing at the Hurricane level of clan battles or you're doing King of the Seas later in the stages, it's not like you're playing against bad players. So a lot of the skill, the amount of skill for each team, the difference in skill is heavily condensed. So it's. Yeah, skill matters, but even for the best teams, the strats and the positions and stuff are more important. And when you have 2 equally or close to equally skilled groups going at each other, you're going to think, wow, that seems like a dumb play for that guy. But maybe the caller was like, hey, I think we can get an advantage here, or maybe we can do something here, and then it doesn't work out, and it might look dumb on screen. Now, of course, there are dumb stuff that happens regardless, but it's not like all of the mistakes that you see in game are just because, oh wow, I can't believe that guy would do that. There's communication going on, and there's also good teams allow their players to have a little bit of autonomy, so maybe they think they can make a play and stuff. So it's not as cut and dry as it looks. When you're just watching, you're like, wow, I can't believe you do that. Like, well,
And there's
many reasons for it.
I want to take this up a notch for a second and also talk about the fact that in random battles, one of the things about random battles is when you're up against somebody who is not considered a unicum, oftentimes they make decisions that aren't quote-unquote unicum decisions. And that throws off the game completely to the point where it looks different. Like, you can't plan for it. As a matter of fact, those kinds of battles, like, you'd be like, I had no idea you would torp this way, or I didn't, there's no way you would show up over here, stuff like that. And at King of the Sea, you don't see that. At King of the Sea, you see, like, everybody, like, trying to outthink their opponent to the level where, like, it's not like, I know that they know that I know that they know that I know that they know. It's like take that times 5, and that's what you see at King of the Sea.
Yeah, for sure. And, that's just why you got to be a little bit more timid when you're sitting there watching and tossing out criticism. And again, we see people make dumb plays, and it's like, okay, that wasn't a strat thing. That was just a bad decision. But, of course, even the best teams, when you got 2 teams in the semifinals or 07s playing against whoever in the, I remember the last King of the Seas when it was 07 and Gaishu's clan, it was a 5-series game or a 5-game series, and it's like, you're looking at it, it's like, wow, that was a very odd decision. And it's like, these are 2 of the best teams with some of the best players on the entire server, playing, and it's just like, you got to hold back a little bit because they're doing stuff for a reason, so.
Well, and
Absolutely.
That's the thing, right? There are times, you watch King of the Sea, and you're kind of like, why is he doing that, right? And
yeah.
you watch one of these games, and you're like, what? And then you have to remember that these teams, whatever they have a strategy that many of them have practiced. They've spent time in a training room. They've looked at maps. They've looked at firing angles. All of these things matter, and so you have to give them a little bit of patience and be like, oh, because one of the things about warships, right, is most of these games don't develop quickly, right? The average warship game develops over several minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And as computer gamers, as PC gamers, we're trained, used to games that play much quicker in general. Warships generally doesn't. It's a game that rewards patience. It's much more chess, right? I'm making this move now because it will impact the board later in a way that I want it to, right? And especially because ships don't, unless you're a Kleber, you don't zip around the map that quick. It takes time to reposition, so you can't just snap your fingers and be somewhere else.
Yes, and the timing, especially when you get into the much later stages and you're playing against really good teams, it almost feels like they got an extra set of eyeballs. Like, how in the world did they know that we were rotating there? And it's like, because the timing and just like, hey, this group is going to be there in roughly a minute and a half, so we need to think of something right now. Okay, what's going to counter it in 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes and stuff. So
exactly.
At
you have
this
to be
point,
thinking that far ahead.
At this point, people are so experienced in this game that they know exactly how long it takes to move from one side of the map to the next. That they know how long it takes for a certain particular ship to get into a certain particular position, and that's the key to King of the Sea. It's not about winning these 1v1 fights. It's about putting yourself in positions to do the most damage, killing ships, while minimizing the damage that you take.
Yep. For sure. As they say, as a lot of people say, this is the thinking man's shooter.
You know what's hilarious about those warships ads? I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a random ad on YouTube that's literally just a Wooster sailing around and shooting somebody. Like, I kid you not. There's nothing else. Yeah, there's and it's an anime captain on top of that. So not only do you have just a Wooster shooting at like a Yamato and like getting citadeled, but like you hear like all this weeb stuff going on. I'm thinking to myself, why do we have an American cruiser with like one of those weeb captains just shooting at stuff? They don't get a kill. Like literally the ad is like 30 seconds of just watching this happen on Shatter. And I'm thinking to myself, why?
Why you do this?
I just, yeah.
All right, guys, let me try something here. So we're waiting for SEST and NACL to finish up, right? That they're now 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Sohn and Seven are casting that game. I'm gonna duck in here and ask them if they mind if we sit in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That works.
I mean, that's fine with me. I already got one win with the Yu Yang. Now I'm on Shimakaze in co-op. And
so, of course, there's other people streaming right now too, guys. If you want to check out 00 Duke on Twitch, twitch.tv/00 Duke. He's streaming. We got Carrier Hosho streaming. Sohn RNG or no, sorry, Sohn MG that's streaming. Those are the ones that I see. Also Bogsy Time. So there's plenty of other people streaming out there if you want to catch some more Kots content while we're in a little bit of a lull. So.
Oh, I will say they're letting us in, so come on in, guys. You're looking for the SEAST match with Catty. CATTY is your room creator.
okay.
Sohn and Seven and DevGogo are already in here. Let me grab the other. I'm gonna grab you guys in here, and then I'm going to. I need to get this set up. Who is Team Alpha? This is going to be SEAST is our Team Alpha.
Where's
and
my
that makes
mouse?
NACL our Team Bravo. I'm going to go back and look up the map rotation. Give me a moment.
Is this a game 3?
This is a game 3.
Okay.
I'm going to find the map rotation for you guys. Ask them, when you get into the room, ask them who won map 1, if you would, please.
Kidoki.
Trying to find the map rotation so I can avoid asking them.
There you go. I just got out of my game, by the way, so I'll be there shortly.
Okay.
NACL 1 map 1.
Okay, thank you.
So Team B. What was map 1?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find out, but I'm not seeing it. Let me check.
It's not on that spreadsheet?
Oh, duh. It probably is, isn't it?
Yeah, on the
So it is. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Crash Zone Alpha.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is that right? Yes. Crash Zone Alpha. No, that was the bands. This can't be right. What map are we going to? What does it say? We're going to Northern Waters?
Northern Waters, yep.
Okay, so the map rotation is Crash Zone Alpha North and Northern Waters. Crash Zone Alpha North. Okay, so almost what we just played. And then who won game 1? Is this a sneaky?
NACL.
NACL, Team B won game 1. Okay, so it's almost exactly like what we just played.
Correct.
Let me set this down, and we're going to Northern Waters. That ought to update the overlay. Come back over here and have a quick look. Yes, 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 and Northern Waters is next. Okay, I think I'm ready. All right.
All right. Well, cool.
Excellent. So we'll get an extra game this round, and then we'll go right into whoever loses this game. We'll be seeing them play again momentarily.
Sounds good.
Although their SEAST's missing a player right now, so they're not quite ready. All right, so this is going to be. We said this is SEAST. This is versus NACL. Now we saw NACL play a ship on Tears of the Desert in day 1. They looked pretty good. That was actually a really entertaining game. Okay, so it was North was map 2, right? Yeah, CZA then North.
Well, they're asking for ready, so
yes.
Are we gonna do the Crash Zone Alpha intro again?
I intend to, yes, sir. Well, this is Northern Waters, so new map. All right, guys, we'll see you on Northern Waters.
Whoops. I had the wrong thing set up. Whoa.
In the southern Arctic Ocean lies an archipelago of Caledonian granite. Frigid and foreboding, these frozen rocks and sparse fauna will shortly become unwilling witnesses to the rigours of naval combat. This is Northern Waters. Northern Waters is a 42 by 42 kilometre domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The Alpha cap is on the left, Bravo is in the center, and Charlie is on the right. Capture Area Alpha is isolated from the map center by 2 large islands along the eastern edge. These islands provide limited cover for radar cruisers who may want to deploy nearby, while a narrow channel connects the cap to the middle of the map. In the center, Cap Bravo contains hard cover in the center for intrepid destroyer captains hoping to secure control. Just like the Alpha cap though, there are islands along the eastern edge that provide at least some cover for radar cruisers to defend from. The scattered islands in and around Cap Charlie create challenges on both offense and defense. Not only do they constrict the movement of battleships in the area, they provide places for lighter units to take shelter behind and launch ambushes from. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Northern Waters.
Mind, back to the training room.
Lol. To the training room, everybody. We have our. But I'll tell you what. While we wait for that to happen, take a look at this, guys. CST has a Z52 and a Daring.
I know.
Wow.
Excited for this game.
And a double gearing on the enemy team. And a Yoshino.
Gonna be good stuff. Looking forward to this game. All right, guys. So sorry about that false start. Obviously, somebody mulliganed, so we'll be getting back to that game momentarily. But what's going to happen, of course, we're now in the winners bracket of Group I. Whoever wins this match, this game we're about to bring you, will be moving on to day 3. The loser of that game will drop down and play one more match, and that will be the next match that we will be bringing you here on the channel. So we're just not sure. We got to play the game to find out who's going on and who's going home. Well, both teams are not out of the tournament, but one of these teams will be going on. One of these teams will be having to play again.
And I'll tell you what, we talked about this before. I've been there, and you've been there, Raptor, and Snake, you've been there too. Where it's like, come on, guys, let's just win this damn game, so that we can go home tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can be done.
We can be done for the day.
So,
otherwise, we can play for another hour and a half.
Fortunately, since I've been with TWA, we haven't had any issues in group stage. So
that flex, definitely right there. Look at that flex, huh?
Well, no, but where I was going with it, but definitely in the knockout stage when you get to those game 3s, because like I know on like the first day of knockout, it's just the round of 16 in the semi or the quarterfinal. So of course it's like, come on, we're up 1-0. Let's just win this crap right now and get it over with. So it's the same feeling for sure, just a little bit higher stakes, of course. But
shout out to Toxic Symphony, who says, "Let's just watch the game from the bot's perspective." Because I announced the mulligan to let everybody know, guys, go walk away, take a 5-minute break, it's fine.
Right. All right, looks like they're going to drop again, so obviously we're not going to replay the video. We'll just let them get into the game, and then we'll cut over.
But wasn't that Stats Bloke?
No. Northern Waters is Jingles, baby.
Jingles, okay.
Jingles. I had to write that script so that I had some fun words to pronounce. Words like Caledonia.
So nice of you.
I'm a nice guy, Zath. What can I say? This SEAST lineup really is interesting to me. I'm going to be fascinated to see how they play this composition. And honestly, the NACL lineup, I mean, we saw them take Yoshinos on day 1. I don't think they got as much out of them as they would have liked. But I am curious to see how this all comes together.
Yep, so on the CST side, we've got Daring, Z52, Triple Des Moines, Summers, Stalingrad, and Double Ohio.
Indeed, the destroyer lineup for SEAST has me absolutely fascinated, Zath. I cannot wait to see how they deploy these destroyers.
Oh yes.
NACL bringing Montana, Ohio, Venezia, Yoshino, a Nevsky, Double Stalingrad, double gearing to the dance. I'm not surprised to see some of these, although the Yoshino, I find that's a ship that I just find I see teams play it, and we watched NACL on day 1. They brought double Yoshinos, but they were on Tears of the Desert, and Yoshino is a ship that does not want to be too far forward where she can get focus fired out very quickly, and Tears of the Desert, with that diagonal cap lineup, they sent those ships to sea. There was not a lot of room behind the cap for them to avoid some of the incoming fire. Here on this map, that Yoshino should have more opportunities to play farther back. I'm curious to see if they're going to get more work out of that ship.
Yoshino does need a lot of space to work, and you can see it's already heading south of sea, which makes sense because there's a whole lot of open ocean right there.
Lots of ocean down there to work, although south of A would be good as well because you could sit behind that island, and as long as you had somebody spotting for you, you could do really good work, and probably nobody would be able to really have good lines of sight on you.
You know where I'd put Yoshino? I'd put Yoshino at G6, G5. Beautiful torpedo arcs at the top towards A.
The easiest bet in the history of World of Warships, Z52 going into B.
Oh yeah,
surprise!
He's just gonna go right into B, right behind that island, put his sonar up, and dare anybody to come dislodge him. And while he taps, of course, it's not going to happen. We see that NACL opting for a bit of an AC split. One gearing going to C, one gearing going to A. They are radaring the Z52 in the B cap, but there's literally nothing they can do about it. He has great hard cover.
Oh yeah, they know he's there, but they're just gonna, growl at him menacingly.
They know he's there, and there's very little they can do about it. They do manage to get some shells into him, which is a little surprising.
Gearing with those nice arcs.
Yeah, Gearing getting some shells over the island, but it comes too late to reset him. They do bag the cap, and we'll start taking up a lead.
I like the Z52. A lot of people don't, but I'll tell you what. There's just so many things about her that just makes her fun to play.
Well, see, assuming that SEAST knows where the enemy DDs are, I'd try to move the Z52 off the cap, because if you leave it there too long, it just gets stuck there and it can't do anything.
Yep.
Well, now that he's picked up B, there's not a tremendous need to leave him there, right? I mean,
exactly.
Use other places to screen other.
Oh no, Montana Salvo at Sparky. Oh no, this could be big.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Ladies and
Sparky
gentlemen.
just broadside in the middle of the map, just getting absolutely destroyed by NACL's battleships.
Let's retrace that shot. And
he is dark now. They do not have eyes on him once again. He's even outside of the radar range. They just put up Russian balance, Stalingrad radar, looking to try and pick up Sparky. There it is. They do have him lit again, but he's going to be inside cover before any more shells from Vorex can get across the map.
What the
I
hell?
love that position, though.
Who's Sparky's?
It's a fantastic spot. No, Vorex's position in the Montana. It's absolutely fantastic because you have all that hard cover, and it can just sit there and take pot shots at everything over at sea. And yeah, I really like that.
Sparky's problem now, though, is he's got a Venezia in his face. He can't reverse. He can't go forward. They're just going to farm him out now.
Oh, absolutely.
The Venezia is going to bullpen him all day long.
And it's not just the Venezia. It's the Gearing. It's the Ohio. It's the Nevsky. It's the Stalingrad.
Team, right? Russian balance taking an aggressive play across the middle of the map, gets away with it there. An Ohio salvo comes in. Not much out of it, surprisingly. Oh no, those are Z52 shells. Yeah, they do bag the Stalin. They do bag Sparky Stalin.
And see, now the Z52, I mean, obviously Russian balance's position is a little extended, but now he can poke around the corner and get shots into him, and if he wanted to. But yeah, so far NACL's looking pretty good, even though they're down on the points. They're just playing for time.
Am I the only
one?
Russian's position is too aggressive? It was only a matter before the Ohio landed something.
Why would you move forward here? Yeah.
I just don't know why you need to be doing this, and he goes out. The Ohio's tagged the Stalingrad.
Wow.
And we trade very quickly here on Northern Waters.
Game of throws.
I mean, it's obviously pushing here, but yeah, that could have been timed better.
They've opted for just a massive push through C, but this Ohio, whose Ohio is this? This Ranger Long's Ohio is just in a great position to slap these ships that are trying to make this play.
And take a look at the minimap. The Montana and Ohio are in opposite positions. They're pretty much mirrored.
Yeah. Venezia makes a huge mistake and doesn't have AP loaded on the Des Moines, and he's, well, I don't know. Is he going to go down here?
I mean, now the Venezia is turning out. He's broadside dead. He was broadside briefly to the Des Moines. Yeah. He's given up a ton of HP.
He needs to make Inky and run.
Nope. The Ohio says no as they bag both the Gearing and
the Daring's going to die. There's a lot of sloppy.
Probably going out here.
A lot of sloppy play going on.
What a slugfest. This is just
a little sloppy.
This is a barroom brawl, guys. Like, seriously.
Well, and now the Z52, like, his sonar is probably on cooldown, but before long it won't be. That gearing in front of him is easy food whenever he wants to go up there and take that kill.
I don't know, like
a ballroom blitz.
Yeah.
That just seemed odd because, like, I know I said that NACL kind of had an advantage, and then it just like woof in a couple minutes. Just I don't even know. That was really confusing because like it's so easy to outflank that Z52 position in my opinion. Like you don't have to do anything exceptional, and you're right. That Stalingrad just kind of trundled in there like it didn't even care, and it was very, very bad.
Going in on Wolfie's Nevsky here, solid hit, losing about half.
Oh my god! Look at Vorax. Vorax got Robocopped right there. Oh.
Summers torpedoes wiping out the Montana.
Oof. Brilliant play there by SEAST.
And now the Z52's must have his Hydra up. He's going up. He's fishing this gearing out of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving shots to the Stalingrad to the south, but he's going to take the gearing with him. And then all he has to do is run a little bit. There he goes. They get the gearing.
Nornand is gone.
The Yoshino
trade.
Yoshino and the Des Moines will trade over on the 9 line. I almost feel like both teams came into this game like, all right, guys, how quickly can we get this game done with?
I think they're both tired, and they're both like, let's just.
We're like 7 minutes into this game, and there's like 8 dead ships.
That was, yeah, I'm kind of flabbergasted, really.
He is continuing to pick a fight with an Ohio, and a fight that he cannot hope to win in the long haul.
Yeah.
I mean, this salvo might finish him. It probably won't, but it's going to hurt him. Yeah. I mean.
Okay, one of the few times, like, I'll admit, like, this was not the best play. Like, it looked pretty bad.
So
it looked pretty bad.
So I had some people on my chat watching the Kraken QCN games, and they're just picking apart some of the strategy that was going on, what was happening. And then we see this, and it's like...
And then we see this, yeah.
Yeah, like, no, this right here, this is definitely deserving of some head scratching and some eyebrow raising, and...
This is
like...
down. This is like Swiss stage play, I'm sorry, but like...
Yeah.
Wolfie's Nevsky will be off the board in moments, just as soon as somebody lands a shell.
I'm ready for the death pick. There it is.
That Ohio, Rangers Ohio just ate alive that whole...
Yeah, he just decimated that whole through the sea cap.
Well, look at all the dead ships on the map, all the blacked out icons. Like there's what 1, 6, 7 in the vicinity of C.
It took less than 9 minutes for NACL to basically feed their entire team to the end.
Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. So
this is probably gonna be one of the fastest group stage games I've ever seen.
We're at 9 minutes. Coming up on 10 minutes.
I mean, the game's over in 45 seconds, whether they kill Merch or not.
This will be less than a 10-minute game.
Well, is he going to run? He's going to for sure run into some of those torpedoes.
I mean, he might as well.
He might take them.
Oblivious straight lineus detected, sir.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Oh, man.
Ouch.
Kill him, but it's enough to leave him hurting.
Oh, boy.
I really wish it killed him, to be quite frank.
He didn't even repair the part. He just let it go.
Oh, no.
Dude, that was rough, man.
Epic death pick right there. Yes!
What the heck just happened?
That was really...
Oh, yikes. I'm sorry, who won that game?
SEAST.
The viewers definitely did not... The viewers did not win that game. That was hard to watch.
The viewers just started watching the game.
The game is barely over. Like, what just happened? I'm having this mental image of you guys have seen Despicable Me, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I have.
I'm kidding. Sarcasm detector not found.
Where Gru puts his head down, he says, "Oh, cookie robots, why are you so deaf?" Like he just has this moment. He's just like, "Oh, why are you so dumb?" You know? Wow. I'm not sure what just happened. Goodness. Well, that match is over. We'll be seeing NACL again. Their day is not complete. They'll be moving on to the losers bracket, and we will see them in our next match. So, Okay.
Yeah. with all due respect, okay.
Well, and it's interesting. What surprises me about that, Sneaky, is that we saw those guys on day one and they looked really good. They were just that match felt just too aggressive, right? Like the caller was like, "I've had too much coffee. Push." You know. I don't know.
Now they got a date with RBMK, who, after having a bit of an issue in the first series against SEAST, now they're going to be playing against NACL. And I mean, if NACL looks like that, it's going to be. Oh my god! That's going to be 2-0 guaranteed.
RBMK is an excellent squad. This is going to be a great match. And I keep coming back to, like, now I've now seen NACL twice, and I feel like I watched Jekyll and Hyde, right? Like the team I saw on day one did not look like the team that I just watched.
I'll tell you what.
So will the NACL please stand up?
Shout out to Skyring, who said this is a random battle. You're not too wrong. Oh my god.
There was a lot of random in that battle. You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's the classic, little sneedy comment in there. But I guess for once, that actually is a pretty good descriptor of what we saw. That was, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it was a thing that happened in our game that we play. But I don't know. Maybe somehow, like, they didn't have like a really concrete strat set up, so they just kind of did the old wing it.
That's a possibility, right? Like, there's a million possible reasons for what we just saw, but I will say I'm just surprised to have seen it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I seen it with me own eyes.
It's own eyes. All right.
Are you not entertained? I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
No, I've seen more entertaining Kots games with, a lot of Pepega play, but
we'll be moving on to see NACL as Team Alpha against RBMK, Team Bravo. This will be the final match of the tournament for one of these teams. We just don't know who. Obviously, we got to play it and we'll figure it out. So right now we're waiting for them to get together to pick maps. We'll have a map rotation shortly. In the meantime, I'm trying to get all my crap reset here. There we go. As we get all of that, so check the overlay. Yes, NACL versus RBMK, and we'll be moving on to see them in a little while. Just got to. Those two guys have got to get their head. They've got to get their heads together and do a map ban session here.
Excellent. I'm firing up the co-op. I mean, I got to get my dailies done somehow, right?
We had such a stellar series with the Kraken and the QCN, and then we come into that, and it was like, what am I watching?
Well, and we had commented earlier on Slappy Play, right? Looking at especially how Kraken was playing in Game 2. And then you come into this last game, and you're just like, huh? Now,
yeah,
I mean, we missed Game 1 and 2, but I'll tell you what, if Game 1 and 2, we got a Game 3 somehow. And based on Game 3, God, I would have loved to have seen Game 1 and 2, you know what I mean?
I know, right?
Well, it's kind of funny because I know that, like, not too long before that match, we were talking about how, give these guys a little bit of a break when you see dumb stuff, but nah, this one, there's no breaks.
You know what? Like, what's great about us casting, and I know that some of you guys might look at this and say, well, we're being a little toxic, but what's great about casting is that we're able then to give that quality feedback to the players of those teams. And even if they mute us, I don't care. Like, they could watch our view of the game happening. They could see the minimap. They can see all that stuff happening. And it's such good feedback for those teams to be able to take that back and dissect the games and the plays and what happened and why. And when they should have reacted when they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hopefully the teams that participate, however good you are, you come back and watch the streams after the fact, and because that's the best way. Like, if you're trying to improve, go back and watch the streams, and then, like you said, Zap, hear what the casters are saying, whether it's funny or insightful or whatever. But also just like being able to look at things from that bird's eye view, where when things are going, you're not limited to just your ship. It provides a lot of opportunities to figure out. But
the guys in my chat are just now catching up to the game. They're like, we demand a refund.
Yeah, basically.
I have somebody in chat. I want to shout out Broken Trident, who said that was fixed ban. That's in charge.
I love Bleep 196. We the viewers lost that game hard.
I saw that. Yeah, yeah. It was a very was that their Joshua Chamberlain moment of the day? Very nice, you know. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, well,
Someone just said I lost some brain cells watching that game.
It was rough. It was rough. All right, we've got a map rotation. Oh no, they're in the middle of picking maps. Okay, so we'll have a map rotation very, very soon, gentlemen. NACL has banned Loop. Here we go. Here's our map rotation. NACL has banned Loop. RBMK has banned Land of Fire.
Oh.
We will be starting once again on North, where the Alpha spawn will be NACL. We'll be going to Shatter for round 2. Was she on Shatter today? And then we'll be back on Tears in the Desert for a potential game 3. All right, Alpha spawn on. Let's see. Let me mark this down. Alpha spawn is going to be NACL for map 1, RBMK for map 2, and NACL for map 3.
So I'm gonna be that bad student who wasn't paying attention. Can you tell me what the map rotation was again?
No problem. We're starting with North.
Okay.
We're going to Shatter. And then we are going to Tears.
Awesome. Thank you.
So there is our map rotation for our last match of the day. Excellent. All right, let's figure out who's hosting this game.
I might need some more dirty water.
I'm assuming I believe it's going to be Mersh. In fact, I'm going to go look for him now because I believe that's probably who it's going to be.
Raffle stones only happen in rigged matchmaking random battles.
That was a thing, man. That was weird. All right, let's see.
Yes, in random, I'm dead in 5 minutes.
All right, let's find out who is.
Also,
oh no, never mind.
For anybody who might look at these kinds of games and tear apart a team for playing in them, keep in mind that it's a good amount of work to get 9 players together plus subs. So really, you're talking about what, like 12, maybe a few more, to get an idea about strats, and to get everybody willing to go out and play the game on a live stream with a 5-minute delay, of course. But you know, like all your mistakes are.
You play King of the Sea. Sooner or later, somebody's going to stream you.
Exactly.
All right, our room host, do a search for Dead, D-E-A-D, and you'll find the room.
Okay. But yeah, there's a certain rush or adrenaline knowing that you are being covered, like somebody else is watching everything that you do, and it can definitely be a little unnerving.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a quick ad break here, guys, while I do this a giveaway, and we'll be back in a few minutes, hopefully with the game.
That's true.
90 seconds anyway. It won't take that long.
I could probably do an ad break myself. Let's do it.
Well, but remember, yeah, okay. Just remember, it's gonna be playing 5 minutes in the past.
Yep. Which is fine because we just started my co-op game. Lol.
Okay.
Cool. Getting progress. Oddest King of the Sea yet. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, Zath.
What?
Yes. 35 followers away from 5,000.
Oh, dude, seriously?
I'm fixing,
Ladies
35.
and gentlemen, if you are... Oh, hold on a sec. We need to wait a second.
35 followers away. We're almost there. All right, let's see.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my ad just finished. Good. If you are not following Sea Raptor, please do me a favor and follow him. We're going to shout him out. Is it Sea Raptor 00 or just Sea Raptor?
00. Yeah, unfortunately,
Okay.
I got to live with the 00. I can't fix that.
So, go and follow him, and then come back to me. But follow him, And he needs 35 more people to get to 5,000 followers, and that's such an important milestone. Guys, Wargaming gives $500 worth of good stuff to players, to Raptor to give away when he hits that 5,000 follower.
We'll have to have a big party stream.
Milestone.
It'll be good.
And I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. Like, to be able to say I'm gonna give away Wargaming stuff, awesome. And we get a pricing sheet. We get to pick out like the ships that we want to give away and how we want to give it away. It's something truly special. I don't know that many other gaming companies that invest that much into other players.
It is really awesome. Wargaming does great stuff for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes there's a lot of negativity sometimes around the CC program, and I feel like sometimes it's justified depending on the decision at the moment in time you're having the conversation. But there's a lot of times that I'm kind of like, man, I don't know too many other game companies that give away this much free stuff to people that make content for their whatever game is in question, right?
Yeah.
For us to just, hand out like candy. Like every week on my stream, I have 2 streams a week. I just give away stuff, right? Like, cause I got no use for it. It has to go away. But I get dozens of codes every month that I need to get rid of, and that's just And then when you hit these different milestones, Wargaming, they throw money at you. Here, go have a giveaway. Go give stuff to your viewers.
Yep.
And they don't have to do that, but they do it anyway, and I think it's awesome.
And it's fantastic. I mean, they're supporting us as streamers, and of course, as streamers, we are supporting their game. And it's like, the cool thing about it is it's a free-to-play game. I'm not spending money. Raptor is probably not spending money. But Wargaming is also not really spending money. Like, we're all just helping each other back and forth. It's fantastic.
You are absolutely correct. All right, let me copy this.
I'm wearing an Anchors Away North Carolina t-shirt right now, which is like fantastic. It's something that, Wargaming just kind of sent me and said, hey, like, have a shirt. I mean, that's awesome. Which reminds me, guys, that's part of this shirt is because North Carolina was canceled due to COVID. But I'll tell you what, when that's all gone and done, seriously, think about, if you're in North America, think about joining one of those Anchors Away tournament or Anchors Away tour locations, because they are a lot of fun.
The RBMK's guys are having fun. I didn't realize that RBMK is where Bogsy had ended. Had ended up. That's awesome. That's
really?
good.
Oh, nice.
But I thought he was
no, that's a different person. That's Bogsy TTV is a different person.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yep.
right. He has an imposter now. I had forgotten about that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm trying to do. I kind of borked this up. Don't let them drop just yet, if you would, please.
Okay.
I've kind of borked up my giveaways here. I'm supposed to give away my last one, and I managed to not copy it. So, unfortunately, I screwed up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got it.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
we
good
just started.
now.
We just started.
All right,
Sorry,
well,
I couldn't get to him.
We go. That's fine. We'll see you in a moment.
The rocky shores of the North Sea comprise the setting for a titanic clash of enemy fleets. This is North. North is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. Cap A on the left is the most open and accessible on the board. There are plenty of ways in and out for destroyers and not many places for radar cruisers to hide nearby. As the smallest capture area on the board, the most common access to Cap B comes from due north or south, but there is a small access via a channel between the islands on the eastern edge. Further to the east, Cap C has a single island within that can provide some cover for ships attempting to capture, but there's enough island cover nearby to conceal radar cruisers from multiple directions. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play North.
Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of the losers bracket here. The tiebreaker conveying one of these teams is going home. One of these teams is moving on, but we got to play at least 2 games to find out. Zaf, talk us through the NACL lineup.
First of all, I love how you say game 1 of the losers bracket. It's kind of
What this is the losers bracket. That's where we are.
Guys, we normally wouldn't be covering you, but you're a loser, so I'm just kidding.
Wow, Zaf, you're putting words in my mouth. Talk about the lineups.
So we've got Gearing Summers for destroyers, Stalingrad, Petrograd, another Stalingrad for NACL, plus double Yoshino, which is very interesting, and a Montana and Ohio. Very interesting to see a Montana as well, with the Murica camouflage, of course.
Now, RBMK kind of belying their name. Their name would imply a Russian bias, but I see a Shikishima on their team as well as a Kremlin. Double Des Moines, Hindenburg, Moskva, Stalingrad. They've opted for Summers and Daring. Now, it's interesting to me that Summers has been a very popular destroyer today, but we have not seen as much Daring.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll tell you what, Daring is great in 1v1 scenarios when it comes into, like, they face spot each other.
Don't be surprised, though, by that Shikishima pick. There were a lot more on EU today, and obviously, as we all know, that thing's alpha is insane. So as long as that Shikishima is able to get a few, good, honest chunks on stuff, it is pretty insane how quick the damage can add up.
And we saw Shikishima in day 1. Go ahead, Zach.
There's definitely some things going in Shikishima's favor. Of course.
Oh my goodness!
What did I miss? Oh, Loose. What happened to Loose?
Loose is already taking some full pins there. Didn't angle quite quick enough.
So Shikishima's got really decent secondaries, which of course you wouldn't in King of the Sea spec it for a secondary meme, but I mean you could. But the big thing about the Shikishima is, of course, those 510mm guns, and thanks to the expert marksman glitch to where the Shikishima's turrets rotate much faster. I mean, it's a fantastic pick for competitive right now. And it's got that amazing sound.
Yeah. Oh, that sound. You can hear on the whole bloody map no matter what you're playing.
That's right.
Yeah, whenever you catch anything moving slow or bow in or whatever, those guns, I mean, it's a damage party for sure, as long as RNG isn't too bad. But it is rather accurate, to be honest, for being six guns. So
we saw Shikishima on day 1 on this map, and it did a lot of really good work.
Yep.
And it's the reload too. It's got really good reload.
It does. A little bit of destroyer action here across the ACAP. Summers on Summers in a gun duel here. Jeremy opens up as Bogsy runs south. Jeremy looks like they put up a Des Moines radar so they can keep an eye on him, but they're going to lose salvos on him. And nobody's got shots on him now.
Mm-hmm.
Good shot from the Yoshino, though. I think that was Wolf who managed to pump in about 4 or 5K with that. And, of course, that's one great thing about the Yoshino with that really large HE strike.
She slaps destroyers really well if she can get those shells on target, but she's utterly relying on her teammates to spot for her.
And she's got that great AP as well. A lot of people forget about that AP shells.
Oh, they do, because the AP is generally not your default loaded, right? Like if you suspect you're going to get a chance to use it, sure. The other thing that I don't like about Yoshino's AP, the Japanese do not have one of those fun commanders that allows you to get the 5-second reload, right?
Can we all appreciate K-Bomb's salvo just now? I mean, he just barely hit Wolfie, but holy crap, like what a cross-map shot.
Did he really?
Yes.
That was a cross. I didn't even look where
he popped his spotter plane. He popped a spotter plane, and we just followed as he fired. And here comes the second salvo because that reload is so quick.
That salvo's on Vorex, though.
Yep.
Yeah, still got some chip damage out of it.
Well, like I said, if you're moving a little slow, I mean, sure, that's crazy range, but still.
Well,
those guns hurt.
RBMK here has gone for an AC split, while NACL has shoved Induced Insomnia's gearing into B. Now, there's a RBMK Des Moines right here that could radar Insomnia.
Yep.
But his radar is either down or whatnot. I don't know if they're not realizing it, but Walter is not able to react to this.
Maybe he just doesn't wanna.
More destroyer duel happening at A as Bogsy and Jermaine
Yeah, big hit.
Get into a gunfight here.
This is, yeah, ill-advised, in my opinion, for Jermaine.
Bogsy smokes.
Oh, hit there from the Kremlin.
Jermaine coming out all the worse on that exchange.
Absolutely.
As NACL does pick up the B cap on the back of Induced Insomnia, and they've driven Vorex's Montana right into that cap.
Mm-hmm.
He's just sitting there.
Well, yeah, the middle of the map kind of opened up like a banana peel, and honestly, getting a battleship of any sort in there at the beginning, or kind of the beginning of the game, it can work out as long as the enemy DDs are well out wide, and that is certainly the case for RBMK, so that Montana has plenty of opportunities to make some plays here.
Well, he's looking for a shot on Potato Bait's Moskva.
And there it goes.
I would say...
I don't know if the angle...
Oh, Voltage
I think the angle will work. Oh, yeah.
Oh, somebody
boy.
just got
Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Wow, that white bar of death.
Patch and Vorex just combined to wipe out 98% of Potato's HP.
Oh,
There
my
you go.
And
gosh.
Merch's Ohio seals the deal.
All right, this is cheesy. I don't care, but I think Vorex might be a rapper because he was dropping some hot bars right there. That was...
Womp, womp, womp. That was bad.
that was horrible. I don't care.
Sneaky, cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah.
That was a Zath level dad joke. Now,
At this
while that's
point,
been
we are
going
here
on-
to screw with Raptor. I'm fine with this.
That's true. You're not wrong. Now, while that's been going on, they have managed to put a lot of damage into Dead on Delivery's Petra over here on the as he's kind of trying to get away north of C, but the Darings continue to keep him lit.
Mm-hmm.
They're continuing to pump shells in there. I think they're going to get him.
Yep. He's on fire
for
right
sure.
now. That's it.
So I guess
that's
kind of
gonna leave
traded.
RBMK in control of C. They did bag A, as they now catch up on ships, as they will now slowly start to take up a lead based on their cap advantage.
But man, look at that. I mean, Vorex just getting more good shots there on the Stalingrad of Fleet Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now the daring of Plumber in C is detected. On their secondaries. Oh no, bow on. Oh no, that Ohio. Secondaries.
Yeah. Ohio's got
The
great
daring,
secondaries,
yeah.
great fire
Ohio
chance.
has great secondaries. They no longer have eyes on Plumber. They had him briefly. I assume that both these gearings are legendary gearings, so they outspot both. They outspot the daring and the Summer. I'm sorry, that's just induced. He's the only gearing. I'm thinking back to last game where there were two.
That would have had to have been the Stalingrad's radar that was detecting him, I believe. Because if not, he should be popping it right now. But I'm pretty sure that was.
Look at that conga line for Mersh in the Ohio.
I was just noticing that. NACL's also driven a Stalingrad into this gap in the islands between B and C. They've got XGC radar now. Or no, they must have caught a glimpse of him. I don't know. They took a bunch of shots. Those torpedoes are all going to miss Mersh. He's turned out, but he's going to take some Shiki shells in return. Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Takes a little more than half his remaining HP in shells from the Shikishima.
You know, we often talk
had to have been a Citadel.
We often talk on my channel about timing the turnout, and you're right. He took a lot of damage, but he did that with the idea of turning away and being able to just survive for longer in the game.
And obviously, battleships, you have a lot of HP to work with, but when you take a big bite out of somebody that bad, that's not good. No.
RBMK, we did have a lead change. They're now slowly taking up a lead on the strength of that cap advantage. They've backed way off of A.
Look at the hit points.
I don't know if they're pretty even.
Exactly.
I don't know if NACL. Yeah, I don't know if NACL realizes it, but they could put Jeremy's Summers into A and pick it up basically for free.
They have no idea, I'm sure. What do they see?
Vorex is making a move here. He's going to be turning the starboard out of the B cap.
I see this. There's a Hindenburg in his face that I don't think he knows about. No, he doesn't.
Nope.
He doesn't realize there's a Hindenburg right there. They can see him now. And
Walter
looks like he's probably going to take one of these torps.
Walter stopped right in line of this one torpedo. He'll just miss it. He's going to back up and take the other one, though.
He's going to take one in the second salvo, though. Yeah, he's taking one of those.
Ouch.
Oh, Bogsy takes a big chunk.
Just got slapped by Stalingrad shells.
Yep. Now they're trying to smoke him up, but I don't know. If Vorex just kind of noses around the corner.
All Vorex has to do is come around the corner and just face spot them, but they are now concealed in smoke.
Well, but Bogsy TTV's there he goes. He's 2 kilometers away, assured acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got Bogsy
Yoshino
now.
Oh,
Yoshino's
bad.
come in. Nothing. Vorax also taking a big hit there from something.
Does he have his nose around the corner enough? I think. Yep. Oh no!
Oh, only the one shell.
They just lost sight of Bogsy.
Only that one shell.
Oh, the Yoshino got him.
Bagged him. The Yoshino does bag him from long range. The Yoshino himself going out right there.
Oh, bye-bye.
He got his torpedoes off. He got his torpedoes off, and Vorax goes out.
Ouch. That's huge. That's a bad trade.
That's just to say bad trade. Wrong brother.
Yeah, I would have loved to seen them just come out right as the destroyer was starting to turn away and didn't have the torpedo angle. Just go on out, and you got all those guns to use. You could maybe made a twofer. Honestly, shooting the front guns.
That little hesitation
RBMK
cost him his life.
RBMK's retreat from A has not gone unnoticed. Jermid's now over there. He will bag that cap shortly, but I'm not sure it's going to matter because they're going to be able to put so much pressure on Patch's Stalingrad here in the B cap.
They're not going to bag A. Here comes the radar. Boom. Resets.
He's definitely going to be going out here for sure.
Valter's probably going to get him here. And even if they trade Valter for him, and I'm assuming that this Yoshino will be able to finish off the DM. That's still a good trade because it leaves them in control of the A cap a little longer.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and he had AP loaded.
Well.
That's not good.
Patch is going down.
Still a decent hit through the nose, but
Patch is trying to heal through it, but it's only a matter of time before he goes out here.
Remember that Hindenburg got 50 millimeter of penetration.
Yeah,
there it is.
In a duel to Luce's Hindenburg, as more shells coming in from through the gap. That was the Shikishima shells that missed him. I think. Did they miss? Something hit him that time.
Patch had a nice hit on Luce, though.
As Patch does go out.
Tell you
Fleet Commander's given broadside to Rampage's Stalingrad. I don't know if those shells are going to be able to get over the corner. No.
Probably not. No, not from that range.
It's like they are going to... I'm sorry. NACL is going to bag XGC over here as well. Too many shells coming in for him.
Yep.
But it's just not... It's coming just a little too late here.
Mm-hmm. Unless the Yoshino bags the Stalingrad with the torpedoes, but I highly doubt it. His Fleet Commander's going to be okay.
That seems unlikely.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this one torpedo. It is tracking towards the nose half decently. I don't know. It looks like it's drifting to the left.
If Fleet Commander takes one of these he's going to take one on the bow. That's going to hurt. Might put him out. No! Right down the side. Look at that.
That's such unfortunate.
Yep.
They needed that bad.
It's going to keep him in the game.
Yeah.
As Valter sneaks by up the 3 line, out of detection range of the Yoshino, unable to spot him, Valter's going to sneak away. I assumed they were going to lose Valter, but he managed to preserve his ship.
Yep. Then Moff, broadside to the Shiki.
I was going to say Shikishima shells going in on Moff, but nothing doing there.
Nope.
He's broadside to everybody. Now he's going to beach.
He's going to beach himself in that gap.
Yeah.
And now he's got Des Moines shells coming in as he's going to try and reverse.
Snag the Hindenburg in the bow.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him in that hole.
For sure.
Might take the Indy with him.
No, he's definitely going to.
Luce is on 1,000 HP. There's shells coming in. It only takes one. There it is. The Ohio does bag him.
But I don't think Moff's going to be able to get away from the Des Moines, though.
Broadside of this Des Moines, the next south that lands is going to kill him.
Valter's got it.
And there he goes. Valter bagging a last-second kill here. Mersch has done really good work with the Ohio over here, but it just hasn't parlayed into board control. NACL has never owned the CCAP.
Mm-hmm.
No, and they were never able to get any damage whatsoever, really, on the Shikishima.
No, nothing meaningful at all. And that NA Dogs Des Moines is completely pristine. No, he's not. He's taking a little bit of damage, but like nothing.
Probably some scraping running into teammates. That's the kind of damage it looks like to me.
Valkyrie's Kremlin gets into B. That stops all the NACL point games. And RBMK will win this game in just about 60 seconds. It'll go even faster once they pick up B. Man, I tell you, I liked, Sneaky, you talked about NACL pushing the Montana into B. And you liked that play. And it did pay off for them. They got a quick, easy kill out of it. But I just look at what it cost them, right? Like, it felt like once he's in there, you got to have a plan. Like, what are you going to do next? You're trapped.
Well,
Zath had a good plan.
Yep. Well, Zath did comment on it. I really felt that if he went around the corner at the right time, when that Somers was starting to turn away and didn't have the torpedo angles, could have destroyed him with just one shot of the front turret and then come around the corner. And the Hindenburg wasn't even at an angle to be able to get torpedoes off either. And I mean, of course, asking for a 3-for-1 trade is extremely unlikely, but I mean, that moment in time right there could have resulted in a couple, at least, RBMK ships going off the board. And if you're trading 2-for-1s or whatever, that you're obviously doing something right. So it seemed just a little too timid there.
Exactly. That hesitation is what cost him, really.
I don't know if it would have won the game, but it certainly would have made things more interesting because, you know, those ships wouldn't have been around. And we all know just being able to survive for a great length of time is a positive thing to have, when you're playing competitive. Just being able to stay alive, getting away on low health, even though you lost all the HP, it's like if you get away, you're denying points. You didn't die,
Well, you're not wrong. All right, RBMK with a solid win in Game 1, despite some early pushes by NACL that looked like they might really pay off. Doesn't happen. RBMK claims Game 1, and we're on to Game 2 on Shatter.
Like you had said, Raptor, this is the loser's bracket of the group stage of Day 1. So, I mean, it comes down to both teams, of course, want to advance, and it comes down to what can we do to make that happen. And I think there's a certain level of desperation in there, and that's not a negative. That's just simply saying, guys, this is do or die, right?
No, it is, absolutely. There's no question. It is absolutely do or die. Like, these guys have got to, they don't win, it's just win or go home, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach, I checked again. Thank you for the mention. I got a bunch more follows. I'm 7 shy. 7. Almost there,
let's
kid.
Let's get that happen. Let's make that happen.
Can almost get there.
You're 7.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm 7 follows away. 7. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna run. I'm gonna let this go for a couple more seconds, and I'm gonna run an ad, and then we'll get ready for Game 2, which is coming up very, very, very short.
Guys, you probably know this by now, but Raptor and I are really good friends in real life. We've hung out several times. I'm here to support him. He's here to support me. That's one of the things I love about this dude. So if you've got a moment, go over to his channel, click that like button, and then come back to me. And you're all good.
I appreciate that. We got you to 5K last King of the Sea, didn't we?
Yes.
Or you hit 5K right after, or was during King of the Sea, wasn't it?
It was just after. It was thanks to Wargaming doing that massive, 3,000 person raid or something like that.
I remember this. Yeah. It was after the International.
Yep.
Yes, I remember that now.
Yep. So I've been able to do my $500 Wargaming stuff giveaway.
Yep. I remember you did it already.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. We did it in conjunction with a charity for Gamers vs. Cancer with the American Cancer Society, and we raised $1,500 for the American Cancer Society, which is just my mom died last year of cancer, so it really meant a lot to me that my viewers and people were willing to give. So that was fantastic. And I mean, I don't know what else to say other than how awesome the player base and the community of Warships really is.
It's one of the reasons that I love doing this event, right? Is that this whole tournament is such a great community building thing. Over the years, King of the Sea, it started as this little kind of niche thing and grow bigger, and it got bigger and it got bigger. But now it's so awesome to see everybody involved, right? And so many people show up to play. The casters, we got hundreds, we got thousands of people watching the tournament. And I love it. It really brings the community together. And the international event this year is going to be spectacular. I cannot wait, because we're going to have teams from every region all playing in a big elimination bracket. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wait. Time out, Raptor. You just said from every region. Can you explain that a little bit more, please?
So historically, the international bracket for King of the Sea has. Okay, I'm going to talk for a minute. Don't let them drop yet.
Okay.
International bracket for King of the Sea historically has been 2 regions, like NA has played EU as an example. Ordinarily in the fall, that's the matchup that happens. But this time around, the international bracket will include the top 3 teams of every region, and that's going to happen over 2 days on the 10th and 11th of October. So when the regional, oh, thanks, Zaf. I see what you're saying. When the regional bracket concludes here on North America on the 27th, the top 3 teams from that bracket will be back 2 weeks later to represent NA in the big international event, which is going to be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I don't even know how it's all going to work out, but I know that the teams from all 3 regions will be playing in the event, and it's going to be good stuff. I look forward to that a lot.
Yep. Absolutely. Are you ready to go, sir?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this.
What are we on? We're on Shatter now. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to Shatter, guys. We'll see you there in moments. I'm assuming we're going to drop. At least I'm assuming we're going to drop. Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to push the button so I know to go. I don't want to do this too early.
We can do it now. I'm doing it now. Here we go. Let's go.
All right, guys.
The picturesque coastlines of the maritime provinces of eastern Canada form the backdrop for a titanic clash of opposing fleets. These steep cliffs and jagged rocks will soon echo the thunder of heavy guns, and only one team will emerge supreme. This is Shatter. Shatter is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. Cap Alpha on the left is the safest for destroyers. Though there are plenty of nearby islands within radar range, large portions of the cap perimeter are wide open, providing unfettered access and a multitude of ways in and out. This directly contrasts with Capture Point Bravo in the center, which is claustrophobic and has only a handful of entrances and exits. Ships caught here typically fall under tremendous focus fire from both map edges. On the right, Cap Charlie is frequently the site of staring contests between enemy ships. It's common for each team to park a ship in the cap to keep it contested, then work the 9-10 line with battleships and heavy cruisers to try and force an opening. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Shatter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 here. RBMK looking to advance to Day 3 if they can win this game. NACL, this is a winner go home for them. They need to win to force a Game 3. Zath, talk me through the RBMK lineup.
So RBMK is going with pretty much the same kind of deal. Ohio, Shikishima, double Des Moines. Losing the Hindenburg once again. I guess they see something in that ship. Moskva, Stalingrad, Summers, and Bogsy in this small end. This is the first time we've seen a small end today.
Our first small end of the tournament. NACL returns to the table with Montana, Ohio, Des Moines, double Yoshino. Sticking with that Yoshino again and again on this map with the wider spread with lots of water to play. Yoshino might be a good pick. We'll see how it plays out. Yep. Double Stalingrad, and then sticking with Gearing and Summers. Worked for them last game, or at least they didn't seem to be working. Like they were getting good work out of the destroyers, and just they weren't able to parlay that into a win. We'll see if they can in this match.
Absolutely.
Well, they do have the Summers NACL that is moving out wide, I would imagine, of course, to spot. And they do have both of those Yoshinos paired together, so...
You know, I say that, but I don't... Okay, I was going to say, Jeremy was taking a line that looked like he's going to move in front of this little island over here in about F8, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that play. I feel like that play is too impressive. He doesn't know where their radar cruisers are just yet.
It's
so the move out there,
Yeah, he's already in range. Valter, he's like, what, 8.5? Yeah.
If he comes around this corner and Valter spots him, and Valter is spotted, Valter's going to push that button, and Jeremy's going to take some damage that he doesn't need to take. But that's exactly what we're going to see happen here.
Yep. Here it comes.
Yep. There's
most
Valter
likely
spot.
Anyway.
Valter spotted at 7 and change, so there's no way. Yep. There's the radar.
There's the radar.
Jeremy's going to. Now Valter had the HE load, or had the AP loaded. But Jeremy can't beach himself. He's got to be very, very cognizant of what he's doing in here.
And that's where you just need to forget about everything going on and just focus on maneuvering. You know.
Yes.
WASD hacks: speed up, speed down, turn, everything you
He's
can.
going to be stuck in that radar bubble for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Yoshinos are getting some decent counter damage on Valter.
Yeah,
they do have the arcs to be able to go over.
Yep.
They are indeed. They have good angles on him.
Yep. But torpedoes don't matter. I mean, Jeremy is luck chucking him.
There
I
go
get
the
it.
torpedoes.
But
They do
got
call
out
for
of
the
there.
cap early.
Ooh, Plumber. Took some hits
Wow.
there.
And Bogsy. Look at what happened to poor Bogsy in the Smalland.
Look at
What
dead on
happened to that
delivery.
guy?
Dead on delivery's at half.
Did Bogsy eat some torpedoes or something? I don't even know how he got that low.
Not 100%. We were focused on
Yeah.
Rapid C.
I don't know. Could be. I mean, it could have been. The Stalingrad might have radared him off Rampage in a very aggressive position. Look where he is in terms of the shots he'll have.
Yep. 4 minutes.
Well, we
into the
have
game,
seen that.
Definitely not torpedoes. I think that was Rampage's radar, and then he got smacked by something. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Rampage's radar.
Yeah.
Well, we have seen that a lot on this map where, radar cruisers really trying to push in deep at the start of the game to get those, angles to work with, despite all of the tall islands around. So I guess it worked out for them.
I mean, you kind of have to get that early position as quickly as possible. If you don't get to it, then you're screwed, right?
Yeah, as a general rule.
Torpedo in the stern, that cuts his health in half.
Yep. And
Definitely an
Somnia's
acquired
hurt.
skill there. Being able to dodge torps just because you think, okay, torps are probably coming in at this angle, so I'm going to angle to this area just in case.
So, Raptor, we were talking about earlier, and I think Sneaky, you were here too. We were talking about how the level of experience amongst the top level players, people have been playing for 5 years, right? At this point, like, we kind of have an idea when torpedoes have been launched, right? We've been waiting.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, and that's certainly being shown here in King of the Sea.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, Moff got a really nice salvo onto Potato Bait, who took about 17, 18K.
Well, I would say I like Moff's position because he's really impact in that position. He impacts what these guys on the sea flank can and can't angle to.
Oh, Potato
And
Bait,
Moff-
20K.
Yeah. Potato's in real trouble because angling to the Stalin is difficult. He's still not really doing a great job of it.
He can't angle to the
but he
Yoshino,
can-
though.
That's just it. He's screwed by somebody, right? If he angles to the Stalin, the Yoshino has a great shot on him. That's TGK's Yoshino.
And Wolfie as well, perhaps. Just depends on the angle here, but Insomnia's down to 5K. See, that's one thing.
It's also very low.
I'm not. The reason why I'm not the biggest fan of the gearing is just because it doesn't have a heal. You can bring another DD that has really good concealment, and I know that the legendary module gives it even better, but obviously you don't have that heal, and now Insomnia is going to be on the back foot for the rest of the game, even though Bogsy is only on 6.5K. Of course, the small end has that radar, so, he can't really do anything. Oh, Hindenburg! What a shot.
Downtown, bags Insomnia.
And Vorax takes some torpedoes as well, by the way.
Vorax was pretty healthy, but he's not now. Well,
that was a big boy shot by Luce right there. That's difficult.
RBMK slowly working out to control here. They're going to be bagging A momentarily, unless
bagging Vorax momentarily too.
Well, they are. They're going to be picking up. They've already picked up one of the NACL destroyers. They're going to be picking up one of their battleships.
Yeah, and I don't know how Vorax is going to be able to get out of that spot, because obviously Valkyrie's going to be shooting too.
They have retained control of the sea cap. The Shikishima shells coming in on Deadeye's Des Moines. He does take a solid hit. Or that's Dead on Delivery's Des Moines. Dead on Delivery had been holding down the sea cap. He left it. Now he's going back in.
Bye, Vorax.
There goes Vorax. RBMK up 2 ships here as we cross 7 minutes into this game.
Huge. That's huge at this point.
They're taking up 2 caps and up 2 ships. Ah, man. NACL, I just don't know how they're going to come back. And it's frustrating because this Yoshino play on the 10 line has been really, really solid. They've made these ships work in a way that I've not seen other teams pull this off.
One of the problems with King of the Sea, and in certain aspect randoms as well, is when you plan a certain lineup based off of a certain type of ship, especially Yoshino, this is not a quick get in, kill somebody kind of ship. So
no.
You plan for the long game, and then the short game, your team gets obliterated. Well, it doesn't matter that you're winning the long game. You're still done.
No, I agree. I feel like the NACL guys at A, all they really needed to do was just hold the line, not cough up a lot of HP, not cough up a lot of points, and let the Yoshinos slowly kind of flank, and they've been doing a good job of it. But the teams kind of over here just feels like they just got a little too aggressive, or they push into places maybe they didn't want to be or weren't meant to be, and now they're on the back foot again.
Dead on delivery might have a dangerous salvo coming in. A lot of bounces.
Yep. He survives it.
But not a lot of hit points, of course. So, I mean...
They have worked Valter down to where Valter is, 6K and falling here. And still on fire.
Yep.
These Yoshinos are going to get him off the board eventually. It's going to happen here in the next 30 seconds, I think. If not faster.
And again, that's great for the long play, but the short play is, holy crap. They're already down 2 ships.
Yeah. More shells going in. This ought to be it for Valter. If one of these shells connects, he's going out.
No, the island.
Managed to die. He's got his radar up as he heals, moving forward.
I think that might have been the dispersion wonkiness that happens when you're sitting next to the island sometimes.
Yeah, maybe. More shells going in as they've got Jeremy radared. He puts torpedoes downrange for the Shikishima.
Valter's at 25K.
The Shikishima's going to be fine, though.
Oh yeah, the Shiki's fine. He's already moving the other way. They've got radar now on Valter. They've got to bag that kill. They put so much time and energy into getting Valter off the board. They have to deliver. It needs to happen right now.
Well, here comes the shot from Wolfie, but I saw him shoot at the what was it? The Shikishima right before that salvo that just hit Valter for a few hundred.
They lost eyes on Valter, I think.
Okay. Oh no, TGK is going down.
Yeah.
Very costly push for these Yoshinos.
Yep, indeed. RBMK just denying this push. Valter finally goes down, but man, it comes at least 2 minutes too late. They are going to be able to pick up C, but it's just not going to matter. They've lost too much firepower to get to this position.
Yeah. And it looks like the Ohio and the Stalingrad over on the A side are about ready to kick the bucket as well, so...
Yeah. Both Mersh's Ohio and Patch's Stalingrad clinging to life under 10,000 HP a pop. They'll be off the board
Absolutely.
Moments.
And although Luce has taken a bit of damage, I'm curious how much damage he's actually managed to get, because he's been kind of sitting out there north of A with that spotter plane and with the range mod doing a decent bit of damage from what I can tell.
Well, he's in the Hindenburg, which means he just has to be there and be shot at.
Yeah. So, I think they're going to get zeroed here, guys.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already ready for my death pick. There it is.
There it is. When Patch dies, that seals the deal as RBMK goes 2-0 and moves on to day 3.
Which means, are we going to try to find a game 3 now?
It's all dependent on whether or not there is one, but at last I looked, all of these games were being live streamed, so there might not be a game 3 is what I'm getting at. I mean, right. We were also in the bracket that was running behind everybody else today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go look. We'll go look and see if there's anything still running, but I'm willing to bet you that there is not. Let's have a check. No. This was the dead... No, I lied. Looks like World of Poi and Troya are in the middle of their game 3, but the reality is that by the time we get over there, it's probably already over.
All right, fair enough.
So I'm going to pull this last giveaway here. We're going to close this up. All right, so let's
And again,
winners.
big thank you to Puddin for taking care of so many of those tasks.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, guys, doing some giveaways here. Oh man, why are these people not showing up?
It's tough, guys. To be somebody who's a content creator or streamer, and to do giveaways at the same time as they're doing everything else.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah.
You have to really like divide your attention on so many different things.
All right, I'm gonna have to look these two guys up later.
That's fine. While you're doing that, Sea Raptor, Sneaky, tell me, what today was your most impressive experience?
Let me think about that for a minute. Kind of put me on the spot there. You know, I know it's going to sound dumb, but although that game between NACL and that horrendous game that was like 10 minutes long, it was so bad it was good. And the whole time, that was the most fun I had today. When we were just like, what in the world? And it was like the most anti-Kots thing that we've, at least that I know I've done with you guys. And
it definitely was anti-Kots. That's you're not wrong.
And I say impressive because, like, you know, that was the winners side of Group I. So it's like, okay, these two teams took care of business. And, you know, SEAST even beat down a good RBMK team. And it was just like, okay, this feels like a loser's bracket kind of game going on here.
Right.
But no, there was good, you know, good gameplay around. Again, when you start getting into groups, you know, you start to see some of the better teams and good shots, good strats. I thought that the first games of the day that we got with 5D, like, they looked fantastic, and they 2-0'd everything today. So, I mean, 5D is going to be a team to look out for tomorrow, in my opinion. So I thought they did really well in their games.
I would agree. They looked really good today. Yeah, so I mean, that's it for us. There's no more games to cast today. This is it for us. We'll be hanging it up here shortly. Sneaky, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of this team today. I really do appreciate it. So it's been good.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think for me, my highlight would have been watching Game 1 of Kraken versus Pyojo. Was it Pyojo? No, who did they play?
No, like QCN.
QCN, yeah. Like, just the level of craziness in that game, like, I could only imagine what it was like to be in voice comms and hearing the chaos.
Well, we can ask him later.
You better believe it.
For me, I think I would absolutely concur that series was really, really good. The Kraken QCN series was definitely a highlight of the day for me. Not only because our guys won, but because just you could tell, like, they very narrowly won Game 1. I mean, if we're honest, I'd almost question, did they even deserve to win Game 1, right? Like, they came that close. Game 2, they just did not look good, and then in Game 3, they looked amazing. So it was just a really interesting series and a ton of fun to cast. So,
well, it's funny because it's like they won the series, and yet you could argue really convincingly that they only looked good in one of the 3 games. You know?
Yeah. You're not wrong. Just since you were curious, Nath, Luce says in chat he had 137k damage in his Hindi that last game. So there you go.
Not bad.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Zath, are you staying on? Or are you done for the day?
I'm done for the day. I'm fixing up to raid, I think, Overlord Boo. Looks like from
all right,
my
guys.
viewers.
We'll find somebody to raid. In the meantime, we will be back tomorrow with more action for day 3. Same start time, 3 p.m. Central. Sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, 2 p.m. in the Central Time Zone here. You guys, I'm gonna call it. You guys be safe until then, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Raptor, before you quit, question.
What's up?
What is one ship that's really surprised you in this season so far?
Nevsky. I'm surprised we've seen as many as we have, right?
Okay.
So yeah. Because I'm not a ship I expected to see.
Fair enough. Sneaky, how about you?
I'm surprised we didn't see any Thunderers today. There were a bunch of them on EU.
I'm glad to see teams trying the Shikishima. I think she does offer something different, so that's interesting.
To me, it's got to be that Burgon, and I got to say that.
Oh yeah.
You know me. You know how much I love that Burgon.
Oh yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, let's get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys tuning in. Stan, and when this thing catches up in about 5 minutes, we'll go raid somebody. In the meantime, I'm going to hang out and be out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Sounds good. Oops.
And on my stream, we're clear.
Awesome. I'm going to stop, discard. No.